I'm doing well with this. It's where it's melted. It's all good.
I've got like this one angle of my head where it looks there. No, that side. I can feel it. I can feel the stray hair. Stay. Are we live on the interwebs?
It's supposed to be out, but nobody's joined us.
We're on our own. We have no friends. We have one friend. Do. Hello. Hello, everybody. Dylan's here. Hello, Dylan.
Hello.
Were you at the theatre today, Dylan? I should get my phone. My phone's on the sofa. We're the wrong way around. Oh, hello, big people on my screen. Very good. Very good. Oh, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello in Ohio. What time is it going to be in Ohio? It's 11:30 here. So 6:30. Or is Ohio? Oh, no, West Coast. Earlier.
5:30.
Like 6:30. I was right. There you go. Someone said 5:30. Why is it 6:30 and not 5:30? Where's Ohio? Midwest, right? Do I know anything about geography? No. We're not in NYC. Someone the other day who I chat to occasionally on social media said like, oh, that's right, you live in New York now. And I was like, no. We're very much in the UK. Midwest, but geographically east, like Chicago. There you go. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Ohio is right next to Pennsylvania, and it's on East Coast time. Learning so much. It's not where I thought Ohio was. Well, that makes sense based on Glee.
It is.
Because like they go to New York, and it's not like they're not crossing the country. Yeah. Happy 30th birthday for the other day, Aeron.
Thank you.
Aeron turned 30 last Saturday. It's been 8 days now of being 30 for you.
Yeah. Which means it's so much closer to you being 30.
A summer in Ohio. There you go. I could chew on tinfoil for a spell. We did see a show tonight. Do you want to tell them what show we saw tonight?
We saw Immersive Grease, also known as Secret Cinema Grease, also known as Grease, an immersive movie musical, I believe.
Also known as Grease.
Yeah.
It may or may not have been the word. You will have to wait to find out. I did not wear, by the way, this was Grease. This was Grease. This was not Grease. This is Get Back to Our Flat. It's very warm.
That's why I'm wearing it.
I've had all sorts of responses over the last few days, particularly after the Billy Porter video, of people being like, someone was like, it's distracting that you wear so much highlighter. I was like, that is just sweat on my face. And then other people being like, it's the time. The time has come to invest in an air conditioning unit. And I was like, you are correct. Yes.
Being on a higher floor and heat rising.
And these new build flats, like they're great at conserving heat, and we're grateful in the winter. Don't get me wrong.
In the winter is great.
We so rarely we never turn on a radiator. That's why our radiator is covered in Miss Piggy. And like, this is our radiator you're seeing here. We never turn it on. These would melt. Grease, I don't see any cigarettes inside your rolled up sleeves. We're not in prison. Feelings about how Grease has aged.
It's weird. It's not. You don't really think about it with
for this show. Production specifically. It's not really
because
the show.
It's more.
It's a nostalgia trip. It's like we're watching really the movie, and we're staging the movie, and
you barely kind of think about the story because it's more just for entertainment.
I will say, dozens upon dozens of lines that I've been hearing for years that I'm only now just thinking about how much innuendo there was that I didn't notice. Are you having a second? You have a double popsicling?
We have 3. So
I know, but we had 4. You made 4.
I only have 3 at the minute.
I know, but you made 4 because you had one straight away. And you're going to have had 3 of the 4 that you made. Wow.
You
Someone
can
asked
have one
about the
of these.
popsicles. Do you want to explain what the
One of these
popsicles
if you
are? I am right now. That would make that also mine.
if you want.
Well, you've opened it
Have
now.
them.
Do you want to explain what the popsicles are?
They're
Before we have a
homemade.
domestic.
They're homemade. They are pink lemonade flavored.
Little silicone mold so you can make it in. Yeah, we got the 7-Up pink lemonade the other day. It's new. Can't stay for long, but I've been rewatching some of your older reviews recently and hope you're both okay. Oh, I hope they've held up well. Sometimes it occurs to me that I have videos from like 4 or 5 years ago, like my pandemic era videos. At some point, I'll do the YouTuber thing of like
Watching them back.
watching my old videos, and I'll cringe at myself. But
maybe it should be I watch your old videos.
oh, I don't wish that on anyone. I hope they've aged as well as Grease, shall we say, or preferably better. Did we miss anything from up here? People just saying hello. Much chat about Ohio. Lima, Ohio specifically is where Glee is set.
Yes.
William McKinley High School. And it's also where Christian is from in the stage version of Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
He's from Lima, Ohio. Because I heard that for the first time in Moulin Rouge and I was like, Glee. Dayton, Ohio is where Joe Gillis is from in Sunset Boulevard. But it was also... Dayton was said in something else the other day, and I was like, Sunset Boulevard. Someone said Dayton. Can't remember what it was. It might have been a Fringe show. Currently on my way to board a flight to London from...
Hull.
Was it?
Is that not... That was saying...
I don't think so.
Doesn't know. It's in Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha, Nebraska. On my way to board a flight to London from Sydney for a jam-packed theatre trip.
Very exciting.
What are the productions that I cannot miss while I'm over? If this is your first time coming to London in a while, then I would say the really great stuff right now, Oliver, Benjamin Button. Oh gosh, so many things. Current cast of Hadestown is great.
We can only go wrong with like the classics, either the long runners.
Les Mis is always worth seeing. Totoro, oh my gosh, My Neighbor Totoro. If Starlight Express is your vibe, Evita, I think, must be seen right now. What else is fantastic? Cabaret with Rob and Hannah right now, definitely. Yeah. What is one of your favorite pieces of musical merch? I think my favorite is still the music box Ragtime Bear that I got at the flea market
so happy about that.
a couple of years ago. And but I also got a new bear today because our friend Kate brought me they're selling bears at Hadestown in Amsterdam that has a little Hadestown t-shirt and a ribbon that says Theatre Carry on it, and Kate brought me one of those back because Kate just went to see it the other day. So very happy about that. And what did we name the bear? Furidacy?
No, we're in between.
There are options. Furidacy, Porpheus, Bearmies. Yeah, all good options. Bearsephone, Fursephone. There's a lot to think about.
Porsephone.
The movie, this is Grease. The movie works better than the stage show because it's more clearly of its time. Yeah, I would love to see the original stage show. It's very rarely done in its original format because now you get versions that are either very updated post the film or slightly updated post the film that incorporate, because lots of changes, lots of song changes.
Well, like the recent West End and tour version was the Burger Shop Boys, so completely was not T-Birds.
Yeah, but it still incorporated a lot of film
it was in between
stuff and some film aesthetics and some film structural shifts and Hopelessly Devoted to You, etc. Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters and what you reckon of its chances against Wicked Part 2 in terms of original song at next year's Oscars? No, I hadn't thought about that
but
either.
We did watch it for the first time yesterday.
Just now watched it. Bops and bangers.
We watched Sam's Freakier Friday.
Yeah, I think Wicked Part 2 has more Oscar legitimacy momentum for original song. For original song, I think, because that's what they wanted. I felt like they wanted to give something to Wicked for music this year, but they couldn't. And it's a shame because if Wicked had an original song last Oscars,
it's also helpful.
Don't you think it definitely would have won it?
It's also helpful that Wicked Part 2 is closer to the cutoff.
Yeah.
Like Wicked Figure's close to the
If we know anything from the theatre world, it's that recent memory is a helpful thing. Although probably less so on film because they can just go back and, especially with the original song.
Yeah.
But is that a Frankenfurter apron? It's behind your head. Yes, is the answer. It looks too. You have it on, especially if you're wearing like a black t-shirt underneath to match with it. It's just like it's a double take kind of a situation.
We're good, thank you. Had a really nice day.
We have. Thank you, Dalek Man.
Hello.
What else do we have? Oh my god, hey. I got into watching your pandemic videos 4 years late. They totally hold up. Good to hear. Glad to hear. Watch both Ghibli ones, so only a few years. Just love reliving shows and hearing about ones I've yet to see. Well, gosh, was that a few years ago? Spirited Away and Totoro. Spirited Away last summer.
The first time.
Totoro, wow.
Well, Totoro did too.
Time comes at you fast. What was it like meeting Todrick? Very brief and very nice. And we didn't talk about burlesque, really. He just wanted to. It was a very accidental encounter because I was at. So the room where it happens, which is the UK version of Marie's Crisis, sing-along musical theatre piano bar. They were doing, which is brilliant. Go and check it out. They were doing a pop-up event at the Arts Theatre with the Choir of Man. So it's a sunny day, middle of the afternoon. I'm sat very prominently at the front in the Arts Theatre, windows wide open, door open, loudly singing One Day More, and Todrick walks past, turns, and makes eye contact with me. So it's like oh, hi. And so I went out to say hello, and we took a photo. And it was mostly just a conversation around, like, I've watched your videos before. I know who you are. Yada, yada. And that was it. And it was, very brief, very nice. Bonjour from Newcastle upon Tyne.
Hello.
Hello to you. Can you suggest late night food options after seeing an evening show? I struggled to find stuff that wasn't McDonald's when I was there last year. Thanks for any advice.
Oh gosh,
it's tricky.
Hard.
There is one place in Soho that continues to serve food. I can't remember what it's called. Someone tried to take us there once, but there weren't any tables, which sounds very unhelpful.
All the actors go there.
Yeah, it's like an actual place.
That is. Come to me in a bit.
I know, right?
It's on Old Compton Street.
Yeah, there's a place on Old Compton Street in Soho, which is very near. You're like,
oh. Sometimes Walk to Walk stays open late, but that's like as a grab and go kind of situation. But that has been open late before.
Yeah. It's all like fast food, kebab shop-esque eateries. Hard to find sit down table service after 10 p.m. because London is the city that sleeps.
Yeah. There's a really good time.
Thoughts on Nicola Roberts taking on Persephone? Well, I was sad to have missed her in City of Angels a couple of years ago. 2020, in fact, because I had tickets right after the world ended, so I never got to see that. I never got to see her in it because she didn't do the Donmar version. So I'm intrigued and excited. I like anyone new in Hadestown because they get to bring such a different quality to it. And
her style and her tone feels like it does feel like a match, and I think as well, like Persephone, when you look at the Broadway production and the casting, they've had a lot of pop stars or like music names come in to do it because it fits with their stylings.
Yeah.
And so that excites me.
I'm just going to promote this on Instagram. Don't mind me. Carry on.
And that excites me because I can kind of see it. Like if you watch what she did when she was Queen Bee on Masked Singer and you hear her voice and stuff, you can see the nice range that will be there.
I like the Masked Singer to musical theatre pipeline.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Sorry I'm joining late. No, don't be sorry. Ignore if somebody already has asked, but are you going to do the NYC Phantom experience? If it's currently, I am not planning to be in New York during its limited run. You've got to assume with the money they've spent on
It's already extended once.
It's extended once, but it's not extended into as far as when we're next planning to be in New York. And again, nothing's booked. No flights are booked. No one get excited. We still haven't quite figured out because we're trying to prioritize. Like lots of shows opening, we want to see them all. you've got to assume money they've spent, and like, who else wants that space? It's not a Broadway or an off-Broadway house. No one else is going to be like banging down the door to kick them out. You've got to assume they're going to want to just run.
I was going to say, as long as people are buying tickets,
Mhm.
I think it will run for as long as
It's
it
doing
can.
well. Hearing great things.
Yeah.
For what it's worth,
Some
go
of
and
our
check
friends
out.
have been.
Go and check out Broadway Ben's content about it. Go and check out Ashley Hufford's content about it. Go and check out Selena's content about it.
Yeah.
But if we're in New York and it's in New York, then money no object. I will, yeah, definitely. I was iffy on Evita, and then the prices happened. It's tricky. It's tricky. What I will say is I appreciate when people acknowledge that. I'm seeing a lot of bad faith misrepresentations of the pricing, people being like, this is like, how can people say this is good production? It's meant to be for young people and tickets are all £300. And dynamic pricing is a fickle and difficult mistress that have driven the prices up there because of the buzz, the reviews, everyone getting excited about it. But we have to acknowledge that there were £30 front row tickets, not as part of the under 30s thing either. Like, just on general sale. So, and what, 5,000 £30 tickets for young people, key workers. So there's only, it's difficult when we can't say a show isn't accessible, financially speaking, if there aren't, within a week's notice, great seats for £25. A show is dying on its arse. If
there's only so much they can do before they physically can't break even.
And there's something interesting about that with the Evita, but that's a revelation for another time. People like Furidacy. Oh, Dylan likes Furidacy. Dylan saw Brigadoon in the park. What did you think of Brigadoon, Dylan? Did you know the material at all? Because we saw Brigadoon on Friday at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, this is. And I didn't know Brigadoon at all. I knew Schmigadoon. Didn't know Brigadoon.
Which I felt like if you know Schmigadoon, you instantly are like, oh, this is why it's based on Brigadoon.
Conceptually, yes. But then almost everything else about it departs.
The characters and stuff don't match.
Yeah. Eva says, I was the one who asked on Instagram about show recommendations for next weekend, and I decided to see the site-specific performance of Carol Churchill's Far Away at Westminster University. Eva, you always know about more exciting theatre than I do, so you don't need to ask me anything. I need to ask you about show recommendations, because every time we come on here, you're going to something wildly exciting that I haven't heard about. So I'm jealous of how up-to-date you stay with stuff, because that sounds really interesting. Lima, Ohio is a city over from Findlay, Ohio, the city where Gavin Creel grew up and went to school. Oh, good stock in those Midwestern boys. That's very nice. Hello, Maria Ann. Get multiple bears and have all the names. If only you knew how many bears are currently on the shelf behind my computer in my office. When you see me in videos, and I've put like one thing. What? Because I said bears.
It was just funny.
Because it sounds like, well, what? I've got like a gay club worth of community sitting behind my computer. Is that what you're laughing at? Yeah.
That's how you said it.
If only you knew how many bears. There's so many.
I feel like
there's a pile behind the computer. There's a shelf of animals, and then there's just bears on another thing, just up on the top of a cupboard.
Kate or Ashley should have got one, and then you could have had the different names, but different people had them, so it would be updates. And it would be like the Spider-Man moment when you all came together and had them.
We should call it Bear Stephanie, and it should spend 6 months in the UK, and then we should take it to New York for 6 months and rotate it around. Is that too precious? Is that too cute? R.I.P. Bernadette, played by brilliantly Terence Stamp. I'm confused. Has Terence Stamp died? Is that what you're saying? What do you say? We're Googling this now. R.I.P. Bernadette, you've said, rather than... Yes. Yeah. Oh, Terence Stamp has died. Oh, very sad. Yes, Terence Stamp, who portrayed, that's Bernadette in the cult classic Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Terence Stamp, who I first encountered as, I think, the baddie in the Haunted Mansion movie, the Eddie Murphy one.
Oh, yeah.
He's in that.
I do not think I've watched that one.
I think I've seen many Terence Stamp performances before I eventually watched Priscilla as an adult, and I was like, that's who played, because I'd seen the stage show first, and I was like, oh, Terence Stamp was Bernadette, but a brilliant actor. That's very sad. Oh dear. What else do we have here? Already booked table seats for Cabaret. Great news. It's half the reason I'm even coming over. So far, I've booked for the producers, Evita Just for One Day, and of course, Operation Midsummer. Great choices. Great choices. I would throw in Benjamin Button. I think that's definitely needs to be on the list. But yeah, great choices. And Regent's Park Open Air Theatre is an experience worth experiencing, and Brigadoon is a lovely quintessential Regent's Park show.
Yes.
Which, all being well, you will get a full review of Brigadoon from me tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday. Mickey Jo and Aeron, what do you think of the Phantom touring North America? As in the North American tour of...
Because I think it's been rumoured to be happening or is announced.
I thought it had been announced. I thought it was the 25th anniversary tour was coming back again.
It's interesting what the timings of like Masquerade with Phantom and with production coming to tour. But I guess it's good timing for the tour.
What was the...
Just very different.
Which was the country... Expansionism was something we learned about in history at GCSE, and I'm trying to remember if that was like World War II era Germany or what it was, but that's what I keep thinking about with Andrew Lloyd Webber at the moment, is just expansionism everywhere, big productions. And I'm not mad about it. There's more theatre and exciting theatre, and we were saying Evita has made London one of the buzziest... the buzzy theatre capital of the world this summer. I think it's the place where exciting theatre is happening and people want to come to London for shows like that, which is great for the industry.
Lindsay Lohan for the Oscar.
I
was so happy how well that film works for her.
Freakier Friday. Saw it yesterday. Enjoyed very much.
It's so faithful. It's because they brought everybody back and they have the same director.
We'd watched Freaky Friday again not long before to remind ourselves, and it has such a tonal continuity from the first one. It's like you've just carried on. Time has passed. People have changed. The styles of filmmaking have changed, but it feels so... It's so in the world.
I love that they hadn't forgotten about anybody.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like... sometimes when they do reboots and they do reunions, and then they casually just go, oh, the smaller supporting parts of that film that's become a cult classic, they don't matter.
Or you have people who come out on socials and be like,
nobody asked
I never
me.
got a call, I didn't ask me. Like, there's one that happened just the other day with something, I think it was Practical Magic. But yeah, there was so many lovely tiny little cameos, and
it just felt so faithful, and it was nice to see like Lindsay Lohan and Jamie together and their relationship as well.
It has something to say about blended families and about single parent families, and I appreciated that because that was what gave it sort of justification as a sequel. Like, we already talked about the mother-daughter relationship in the first one, and now let's talk about like a more complex expansion film. Oscar bait films are always November, December, so you're right on it being similar to opening musicals in March, April. There we go. We're learning about cinema today. Do you think the 6 Pro shot will have a physical or a streaming release?
I think they will do. I think they've just been locking in where it's going to go. I mean, Universal were involved in it being released in the UK to cinemas. So I feel like it will. I think it's probably just a timing situation. It's probably going to happen close. Like, if it happens this year, it'll be closer to Christmas because they're likely to drop it later in the year if they do, because we're spending more time inside. Like, streaming's a bigger deal then. I think that'll happen. It's now been recorded.
Shredder still hadn't told.
Do we have any very early Olivier Awards predictions? I think Rosamund Pike is getting at least a nomination.
Yes,
hands down.
Yes,
I think that's a given. I think Punch will probably be seen everywhere as well as Intralia, because Punch is going to be on Broadway and in the West End at the same time, and that's unheard of for especially new British plays to be at the same time. I think we're going to hear a lot of Hunger Games, a lot of Paddington, a lot of.
I think Paddington's going to be a big.
Paddington feels like it's going to be a juggernaut.
It's been a couple of years since we've had a big commercial new musical, also get critical love and adoration. And when something can be like big IP, hugely commercially successful in a way that's obvious it's going to go on for a decade plus, and it's critically loved, then you get Olivier sweeps. That's when you get your like Cursed Child and like Hamilton and like
You're also going to see like big Evita versus Intervalwoods energy versus American Psycho. I keep forgetting about part of this season.
These revival technicalities, it depends to what extent it's a revival, to what extent it's a remounting.
Well, this one sounds like it's a reworking.
Yeah.
So I kind of view this one as...
Until we see it and we understand exactly to what extent it is that. The producer's also in there for Best Revival as well. But yeah, Rosamund Pike feels like a good bet for like, if we had to say someone who is definitely going to get a nomination. And Rachel Zegler. And hopefully Diego. Yeah. I subscribed after watching your video about cats. Do you mean the one where I'm dressed as a cat back in the day? Gradually, people who met me afterwards have been finding out about that. And I'm still proud of the work. If there's one way I'd like to be remembered. Feeling less hopeful by the day for a great Comet West End transfer. It had there was talk of it at the time and then not really since. But I mentioned City of Angels earlier. This is always the example I use. I saw that at the Donmar 2015. It transferred to the West End in 2020. After years of radio silence, no one was expecting a transfer. It announced, it transferred, and then the world ended and destroyed it. But these things can happen. Hopefully Mischief win their second Olivier for the comedy about spies. Well, it's interesting because there are actually a lot of comedy plays this year to compete in that category.
And maybe more.
And maybe more. And maybe more. And maybe more. And maybe more. There we go. I caught up with your wavelength. Tony's 2025. I just saw Death Becomes Her on Broadway last night with Megan, Jennifer Samard, and Michelle Williams. What are your thoughts on why they got snubbed at the Tonys? What a fabulous show. Because it was such an extraordinarily fantastic year. And to the extent that I don't even think it was a snub, because a nomination was a big deal this year. In a year when Idina Menzel was not nominated, when Sutton Foster was not nominated, when Helen J. Shen, very sadly, was not nominated. Just to get into that category, to get a nomination for Megan and Jen was a big deal.
And it's always the hard thing as well when you have two leads from the same show in the same category. That's always going to split votes. Yeah,
the Wicked of it all, the Chicago of it all. But Scherzinger's perform. I mean, anytime you're up against Norma Desmond, inherently they're sharing the spotlight in Death Becomes Her, and Norma Desmond is not, and Rose and Gypsy is not. It's hard to compete with any of those performances. Anytime a Mrs. Anna from The King and I comes back around, hard to compete. Still can't get over the fact he was in Waitress with Colleen. I think that's Todrick. Are you planning to make it out to Broadway to see Chess? Have you seen or are you planning to see the Hunchback of Notre Dame concert next weekend? Next weekend. I know everyone was there today. I've had messages being like, thought you'd be there. Why aren't you there? Next weekend. Lower down.
Here.
Random question. Have you seen Flowers for Mrs. Harris? A regional theatre near me is putting it on. I know it's a more UK-based show. Where is this? Where is this, Julianne Briscoe? I want to know where this is. So I was wondering if you had thoughts if you've seen it. We've both seen it.
We've both seen it. I didn't see the original. I saw the London production.
I saw it. I'd only seen it in person in London at Riverside Studios with Jenna Russell, but I'd seen the recording.
I'd seen some of the recording, but not the whole recording.
When it was at Chichester Festival Theatre, which was not the first time it was produced. It was first done in Sheffield.
Yes.
It's a lovely story.
Yeah.
With some very nice music. And the opportunity for a really beautiful central performance as well. Very moving show. Makes me cry. And makes you again inspired about the capacity for human kindness, and then also frustrated by people at the same time. There's plot points in that make me so sad, but ultimately, you get there by the end. No, I'm just thinking about the last. I don't want to do spoilers, but I'm thinking about the last 15 minutes of the show and how you're like, definitely worth going to see. Yeah, and we're very curious as to where in the world. That's
I'm
being done.
intrigued.
How do you feel about so many theatre people watching your content? I always see people rating you highly on Insta or Reddit. Not always. They don't always love me on Reddit, I will say. But it's always very nice to see people who do.
It's always
stumbled onto the wrong Reddit thread the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not meant to be here." You go.
Oh
no, it was just a thread of it doesn't matter.
Okay,
it's people are allowed to. But it's like you walk into a room and everyone's talking about how much they don't like you, and I'm like, I don't actually. If this room is not in my house, it doesn't matter. If people walk into my house, metaphorically speaking, and tell me that they hate me, then I will ask them to leave my house. And by that, I mean my comments section, my DMs, emails, to my face, whatever. If I'm in someone else's house walking around and I walk into a room and everyone's talking about that I have a punchable face or whatever, then they can, I will just leave the room. No, I know, but I know. But there's corners of the internet. I try and make peace with the fact that other people's opinions of me aren't my business.
Yeah.
Which I know is a RuPaul quote. But I'm bad at that. And I can't very well sit here or sit in there, as the case may be, and offer criticism the industry-wide and be so bad at taking it. So there was a fun comment. I replied to a comment today, and I will highlight this because I like to try and convey that when I'm saying sassy things in comments, I'm doing it with what I think is a sense of humor, but you can't always read that, which is why I like being a video critic, because you can usually tell what I mean by stuff when I'm talking rather than writing. But it was on the Billy Porter video, which is only about half an hour. We all know I have spoken for considerably longer about things. And they said, you talk way too much, mate, or something to that extent. And I was like, I do. I know this. I know this about myself. But also, you clicked on a video essay of mine. So it's a little like going into an Italian restaurant and saying, this is far too much pasta. Like, that's what you clicked on.
I always think as well, you see the number.
Yeah. The timestamp is not a surprise. Did you think how much of the video proportionally did you think was me doing mime or interpretive dance? I'm talking for the whole thing. But I don't know. The question originally was, how do you feel about so many theatre people watching your content? I never assume that anyone does, specifically in the industry.
But it's been surprising.
You get very detached from what the number actually means. Yeah. For a video that's gone big, and I keep mentioning it, but the Billy Porter one that I shared a couple of days ago has just surpassed 100,000 views. I haven't had a video do that in quite a long time. And you get very detached from how many people that actually is and what that actually means. Until people talk to me about it and say, I just watched that. Like my sister sent me a message the other day saying, I watched that one. And I was still in touch. Because I was like, oh, you don't have to, or whatever. And so you don't think of that as 100,000 individual people. And I don't think I could either. I think that gets too scary. Yeah. But I'm always... We met an actor at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre the other day who I've never met before, but who I've enjoyed on stage many times. And she said, I love watching your videos. And I was like, oh, that's lovely to hear. So it's nice. It's the answer. That was a very long-winded therapy session of an answer. But thank you. That was a lovely question. What else do we have here? Do you have an idea when Beetlejuice could potentially play in the West End? Huge fan, by the way. Sorry for shouting your name out at the first preview of Shucked in London. That was you! That was you! Do you have an idea when Beetlejuice could potentially play in the West End? Whatever the last thing I said about it, I can't remember what I've said about it in a YouTube video, but I definitely talked about it. And I said I wasn't 100% sure. Let's say I'm now more % sure than I was. So that, you could maybe ask for it for Christmas. Well, put it that way. Yeah. Are you going to see Be More Chill in Birmingham? I don't.
Sean did. Our friend Sean's seen it.
Yeah. I have a history with Be More Chill, as some of you
Yes.
may remember if you've been around for a really long time. And I really wanted to because I was intrigued about a new production, a non-replica production,
A fringe fit, I suppose.
smaller one, some talented people in the cast. I was hoping it would line up with when we were there for your birthday after Fringe, and it didn't because they didn't have a Monday night show.
And then we were going down to see your parents, so
there was lots of travel around. But it's still on. Things have transferred before. I would like to have the chance. We will see if it works out. Much of the rest of the summer is not set in stone yet, and things are.
It's just all in flux.
Where are we going to be? Where are we going to go?
We do not know.
We're going up to Stratford-upon-Avon soonish to see Fat Ham at the RSC, which is a great piece of programming.
I'm so excited for that play again.
Yeah, which takes us sort of in the direction of the Midlands. Maybe it becomes part of that trip. Who knows?
Is it the same production?
A Fat Ham. The original direction is credited, but there is also a new director.
It's the new director who I think. Oh, I need to remember.
Was an associate on that production.
On that production, I think. But I can't.
We'll find out. Listen,
I'm intrigued.
We will have found out. If you had to pick just one Sondheim show to revive in London right now, it would be Into the Woods, but that's already happening. So, which would it be? It's definitely night music for me. I think I agree with you. I was about to say I want a normal one again. We've had, and I've been delighted to have so many deep cuts from the Sondheim verse. That we've had Roadshow, that we've had Here We Are, that we've had The Frogs, that in Paris not too long ago was a funny thing happening on the Pacific Overtures not too long ago. And I was like, lovely. It's getting bizarre that we've had all of those.
Well, I feel like we know why.
While Old Friends was in London, there was allegedly.
Yeah, but we've never had a confirmation of this.
A powerful voice in the theatre world that said no one else is allowed to do Sondheim while this is happening. But even so, even afterwards, we've had a bit of a drought for the heavy hitters, Sondheim-wise. And normally you'd get so many, regionally.
I think it's one of those where everybody's probably just holding on to the rights and planning it, but that means it all takes a while.
I think we have a good starry night music coming.
Yeah.
And all the actresses that I'd like to see in a little night music. Men as well, I care less, but...
And Sunday, I want to see Sunday.
We've still never seen Sunday in the Park with George live, and that rumour keeps coming back that, is the Jake Gyllenhaal, Anneli Ashford, is it going to happen? Is Andrew Garfield doing it now? Is it the Barbican? Is it going over here? It keeps...
Every now and then it comes back, but then I never know if that's new information or if it's the old thing just going around to new people.
Who knows? And same with the Josh Groban Sweeney Todd. That got as far as... Yeah. Allegedly, there was real smoke without which, as we know, there is no fire. That was happening in London, and then it went quiet. Also, final question: what are your thoughts?
This is linked to this one.
Oh, about Totoro.
Yeah.
The
one thing I'll say about ticket prices, whenever you look online with West End, is it's not as cut and print as Broadway is. With Broadway, every week you get the grosses.
Yes.
Which means you can find out how well the show's selling, how the exact figures, like friends that we have, like Dylan, if you follow Dylan TPE, who's incredible at breaking down the grosses and explaining why things are where they are and what you should think about. Love all that content. But in the West End, we do not have that. Even with, if you looked on a show's ticket page to see how well the show's done, there could be blocks of seats that are currently hidden and look like they've been sold, but actually they're just not on sale. Yeah. Or there are tickets that look like they're sold, and actually it's because Todaytix or Ticketmaster or somewhere else, or Official London Theatre, TKTS are currently selling those seats.
There's also been things recently, like in May, a handful of big producers all said separately that the West End had an unprecedentedly bad month for ticket sales, and no one really understood why or saw it coming. And also, we know that post-pandemic, and I know people don't like when I say post-pandemic, since the pandemic, that the audience ticket buying habits have also changed and shifted in a different way, and people aren't buying in advance as much anymore. When we see stuff that isn't booked in as press shows, when we're like, oh, I want to go back to see that again, we're not buying in advance.
No, because we're never sure what's going to
we're
happen
buying
that week.
Day of. We're buying day before. We're buying at the box office. So looking at a show's website and being like, oh, they have a lot of tickets available for next week isn't necessarily as telling.
It's tricky because we don't do the grosses, which is then the actuals of what shows are sold.
Yeah.
There's no exact finite way of knowing.
Yeah.
Because things can sell on the day really well.
Yeah.
Like looked at something for a show I was going to, seen how many seats were available, and was like, oh, that's not going to be that full a theatre. Turned up to the theatre and it was sold out.
Yeah.
Or was 90% full.
And this is because we were asked about Totoro, and the comment says, not many tickets seem to have sold for Totoro for the rest of the run. Is this just normal pre-sale levels, or do you think it just doesn't work as well in marketing terms as it was a limited run? I think, and I'm not a marketing expert, and I dare say there's a lot of things that have gone into this and people have studied the difference. It certainly doesn't, the buzz isn't the same. It's my perception as when it was at the Barbican both times.
Yeah, it's
for
a
whatever
thing.
reason.
It's a thing.
And you never know how much demand is there when it runs and it sells out. And then you bring it back and it runs again and it sells out. And it's like, that next run, how much is there? You
never know if any of those people will come back to it, or if that's all of those people like tapped out.
Yeah.
And with them revealing the puppets, I think that was always going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
That was kind of the case of point of the second that, I mean, it is probably a sign that they've needed to shift and show them. Like, I will say, when I saw them, that was the sign. But for me, that was a sign of, okay, they've hit the point where this has to happen.
Yeah.
Which I would feel the same as if Cabaret in the West End changed their rules of photography.
Well, I was going to say Cabaret when they revealed the Kit Kat Club.
Yeah. There's a point where that thing's being held off. But I don't think they ever always meant for that to always be held off. It's just a case of, specifically,
they were waiting for the opportune moment.
Well, not just that. They were also like, they didn't want to encourage people to take photos of them when they went there. And if they've got the photos online, it will make people more likely to take photos of them when they're there because they know to expect it. But you're right. It's one of those that we won't know until. But a lot of shows, I hate to be glum about things, but you can see that it's not obvious either which shows are going to be struggling. Mm-hmm. When you look at a show like MJ, or you look at a show like Tina, you can see that these long-running, more commercial shows that are more for the wider general public are struggling. And so, but then more interesting, well, not more interesting, but more like nuanced, more what people would view as like niche artistic shows are then doing really well. So it's very weird at the minute to know what is going to do well.
I wonder if the celebrity-led thing that is really affecting Broadway in this last season is starting to reach us more and more as well. My stomach is rumbling.
It's interesting.
What else did we have? Your thoughts on The Baker's Wife, DeBose, Bacula, Chocolate Factory off-Broadway, please. So this is about the Menier Chocolate Factory revival of The Baker's Wife from last summer in London, transferring to off-Broadway with the Classic Stage Company. Yes, please, just some water now. Mm-hmm. With Ariana DeBose starring and Scott Bakula, which is an intriguing piece of casting. And I saw the production. I never reviewed it here because I saw it a little bit late in its run. I thought it was a really charming production. I was very charmed by it. I loved the set. It's a show that objectively doesn't need to have as many characters in the cast as it does, but it was sublimely well cast in London. Any show where you have Josephina Gabrielle sitting in a window like a chanteuse and singing something in a sort of a Parisian style is always a great time. Thank you. Are you drinking the rest of the pink lemonade? After you had the third popsicle as well.
You're getting judged on the live stream.
You could share the pink lemonade.
Well, I was going to put this in a separate one so we could.
Was he? Or was it because I said that? I'm giving a very long-winded answer to The Baker's Wife thing. It's one of those shows that I think you'll see and go like, oh, that's probably why we don't see The Baker's Wife that often. But I really thought this Gordon Greenberg's production was a really lovely one. And I'm excited to see Ariana DeBose back on stage again. There's been so many like, is she going to do this? Is she going to do this? I will say, and I think she's a great vocalist. We have a lot of great vocalists. She is an astonishing dancer.
Yeah.
And we have
that moment of her jumping at the Tony Awards.
We have fewer astonishing dancers who are stars who can sell shows, and she can.
Yeah.
She's a name performer. She is an Academy Award winner who happens to be an astonishing dancer, and those are very rare. And so I would love to see her lead something from the age of when shows were written around true triple threat dancers.
People like Gwen Verdon and
People like Gwen Verdon, like a Sweet Charity kind of a vehicle, like Kiss of the Spider Woman, like a nope, I think those are the two that I was thinking of. But yeah, something like that, something from that era, because we don't see those shows as often, and I think a big part of that is because it's hard to cast them in a commercially fee kind of a way. Why did Mickey Jo live stop? It was a highlight of a Sunday. It'll come back, Joanne. Don't you worry. We needed a little bit of a break. I was never going to do it all through the summer because the Edinburgh Fringe happens. He's turning 30. He's turned 30. I'm turning 30.
I'm still turning 30.
You're still turning 30. You're turning 30 all month. But it'll come back at some point. There were things we learned every single month, and I learned as I was doing it every month. I'm like, oh, I like that. Oh, we can adapt this. Oh, there's a better way of doing that. And so eventually it'll come back. It might not be monthly. There might be a version in which we do them every couple of months.
Or we could do like a tour. That's like a week, and it's just at different places.
It's
finding availability for performers as well, because it was interesting to try and time it where it was helpful for performers and linked and made sense.
My greatest joy, because the audience who really engaged with it was so thoughtful and so receptive and really loved theatre. My greatest joy was whenever we could line stuff up to say, like, these are some brilliant rising composers. They've written a show. It's happening next week. Here's a song from that. Go and check that out. It was when you can truly be a useful platform. And also I learned so many interesting things doing those that I now talk about a lot in videos. Every time I talk about now a Jamie Lloyd show, and I talk about what the Jamie Lloyd rehearsal room is like and how that's been described to me, it's because of Fabian, and it's because of Mason in those 2 interviews that happened at Mickey Jo Live. And that gave, I think, a really interesting insight to me and to everyone else who was listening. And you can go and listen to both of those interviews on YouTube and podcast platforms for what it's worth. Someone said Eva said supply and demand. That could have been in response to anything. That could have been about the popsicles. I don't expect it was. Do you think Benjamin Button will have a life beyond closure in October? I
think I'll have some form of one.
I hope so. I hope that it's closing and the majority of the cast does it again somewhere else. That's what I hope.
The good thing that we can say from this is when you did your post-show Q&A, the creators said that they were at that moment in like a lot of processes. They said live on stage.
They did.
But they were
you can watch that
working
on YouTube as well.
They were working and developing it for future life. Yeah. So there's definitely been processes and probably figuring out how it can work on a like the show in the West End is an evolved form of the one that was off West End, but also acting musos are really tricky. Acting muso shows are really tricky to learn how to make work for different spaces, especially with cover situations and different. Like we've been talking to a lot of friends about shows like Benjamin Button, where
I think it'd be fun to see it on a boat trip.
A river cruise.
It's just been like a tall ship's boat that you could get on at like Falmouth or somewhere, and it sails around the harbour.
I thought you meant like a cruise ship, like a 90-minute.
No, I mean a tall ship with masts and
I see.
Sorry, you were talking about the cover situation.
Oh, I was saying that we've had a lot of discussions with friends about this show and how unions and stuff like that are. It's a bigger, trickier thing to sort out. And like we've seen with Benjamin Button already in its run that it's had, it's added progressively more cast members because they've needed them. But then it's very tricky for them to. It's not a simple cover show that's instant copy paste because it's instrumentation skills and what they've made work in the West End for covers is not. You can't just bring in a new cast that can do that because it's all based on their skills, their individual skills that you can work and adapt with. But they've all learned like 70 different versions of that show.
Yeah,
and like because it was so interesting when I saw New Anon for the first time and seeing New Anon learning a show that was already fixed with all those people and then having to learn. Like he was one of the first people to have to learn a track of a show, but hasn't created it. Hasn't been in the whole original rehearsal, and to see if it's and it probably was a big learning curve for the creatives in the cast to know can new casts learn this show, or is it? So that's probably all been helpful for their future life.
Landar XT, I hope you feel better soon. Sorry to hear that you are sick at home. Amy saw Natasha Pierre yesterday in Toronto. Oh, when we were in Toronto last summer, we saw a poster that was coming, and we were like, let's come back to see Natasha Pierre, and we haven't. That hasn't worked out, but thank you for seeing it for us. It was gorgeous and immersive and everything I imagined it was on Broadway.
It gave a very look to the Broadway production because I saw photos of it.
And I enjoyed the grungy, smaller version that we had at the Don Mar, but I would like to see lavish.
I think to understand as well what our friends think about the show, like how they feel about the show and what they.
Richard says, happy evening both. Happy evening to you, Richard.
Hello.
Loved the Fringe content and have become obsessed with Oscar at the Crown tunes since your recommendation. Aren't they earworms? Aren't they? Julie, how did you know?
This is where we mentioned that Jan is going into it.
Yes, Jan, formerly Jan Sport, then Jan, now Jan Sport again.
Yes.
Is joining the London production of Oscar at the Crown in September, as it announces an extension. Those are going to be some vocals. I'm excited to go back and see Jan in the show. That's a very fun announcement. And if you haven't listened to the music, go listen to it, go dance to it, go put it on when you're running on a treadmill. Can recommend. That was like Julie was the bop of the Fringe last summer. What was the bop of the Fringe this summer, in your opinion? I'll accept two answers.
I know what one of. So, Hot Mess was like my. Depending on the day, it would be Tomorrow or Better in Time.
Power couple, dream team, partners in crime. What if we walk down the aisle to that?
Both of us and Kate have been singing that a lot since, because we saw Kate earlier.
But the song I was singing all week long at the Fringe.
Oh, all of us were singing all week.
Who wouldn't want to be a footballer's wife?
Footballer's Wives, that
stays.
The title tune is sticky.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. If any of the Dutch Hadestown cast will or could transfer to the West End, who would be your top 3 picks?
It would be cool if with the cast change next year, if we get a full cast change next year, is that we see anybody from that production come over. That would be nice.
Yeah. I feel very bad. I can't remember the actress's name who played Eurydice.
Oh, yes.
Edwin, who played Hades. Was it Edwin?
Yeah.
Edwin, who played Hades, is my number 1. And the actress who played Eurydice, I also thought was brilliant. And the Fates were good as well. I liked the Fates. I mean, it's Hadestown. Everyone is always interesting.
I was about to say with the Fates, because we had a British debut in Amsterdam, which was like...
Yes, the wonderful Joni Aiton Kent.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to see Joni come to the West End production because of being the only Brit that went over to be in that production that hadn't done the West End production.
Yeah.
So it would be nice.
Yes, true. Chances of Beetlejuice finally making it to the West End. Very good. Really, very good. I'd also love to see a pro shot of Hamilton without Lynn. He clearly struggles to keep up with the cast and it shows. Ooh! Plus, he always seems to insert himself into everything. And when you wrote it, you get to do that. Without Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton without Lin-Manuel Miranda looks like a dark stage and sounds like nothing because it wouldn't exist. So I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to the Lin-Manuel Miranda hate or backlash after he came to prominence. In the Heights happened. He won a Tony. Hamilton blew him up even more. Disney got involved, and then he was doing more things as an actor and as a writer. Everyone loved him. And then there was this weird turning of the tide. And then there was this weird sort of backlash where people started to be annoyed by him for no reason. No reason
It's
whatsoever.
around the Mary Poppins Returns time.
Yeah, zero reason
That's when it
for people to resent Lin-Manuel Miranda. And so, yeah, I don't subscribe to that whatsoever. And I think especially with it having been the original cast, if it was to be the original cast and not Lin, that would have been bizarre. And I don't agree that he couldn't keep up with the rest of the cast. I think there's something very special about hearing him do it. And I've seen other Hamiltons in the role that I've enjoyed, but they've never had quite the same thing as certain sections of the show when he is rapping them. And the power and the conviction when he is doing his own material. It's the same thing as hearing Sarah Bareilles sing Waitress. And it's very special how often you get to hear a composer perform their own.
I was seeing Shayna do stuff.
Yeah. That's about the Carol Churchill play that Eva saw. I found it by accident as I had an advert for the Camden Fringe. Yes, we should point out the Camden Fringe Festival is happening. Just because I only ever talk about Edinburgh, it doesn't mean it is the only Fringe Festival happening in the UK. There's also the Camden Fringe. There is Brighton Fringe, not now, but...
there's been more Fringes this year than normal.
Guildford Fringe Festival, yeah.
There's been some new ones, I think.
Apparently there was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert 2 in pre-production. I think that would have been tricky because the way that we understand the meaning of the portrayal of trans characters on screen and on stage has shifted, I think, since the first Priscilla. So that, in a way, might be sort of for the best.
And JLW is going for world domination lately.
I keep seeing on my Instagram a really acclaimed production of Joseph in South Africa, in like Johannesburg. So everywhere. There is nowhere that he has not touched. Get ready for cats in the Arctic. Snow cats. I booked Cabaret for Musical Con weekend.
Ooh, very fun.
How fun. Is that going to be Eva and Reeve?
Yes.
I guess so.
Yes, it has to be.
I had a mini panic then that it hadn't been announced today. I was like, do people know that it's Eva and Reeve yet? I thought it was a new production of The Phantom, Mickey Jo and Aeron. So there is this is Masquerade in New York. Is the new Phantom of the Opera show, but it is not the Phantom of the Opera, the musical. It is inspired by, uses the music, uses the characters, but it's not the show. It's a different.
And then the tour.
Let's Google what this tour is. Maybe we're lying to you. Freaky Friday was surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it.
Eva on Saturday will have seen 30th show of the year so far. Good going. Nice numbers. With so many London-based venues securing funding, I find it really frustrating that venues in the north are struggling to cover costs due to a big funding gap. This has been, a point of conversation for a few years now. I remember Dame Imelda Staunton bringing this up not too long ago, that London's venues, having endured big financial challenges, we can talk about that in just a moment, but I don't want to lose this train of thought. London's venues, having endured big financial challenges with the pandemic, with the closure, have done a fairly good job in bouncing back from that, and regional theatres need greater support.
So the US tour is like a new production for the US because it's a version of the current West End production.
Okay. So very, very much.
It's basically our West End production going on tour. Yeah,
it's very much a version of the original Phantom with some adaptations, basically, but not as different as the non-replica.
And if anybody's seen Phantom in the UK in the past, for like a few years, it's that version.
Yeah. Colby says, OMG, hey guys, just joining in. Well behind the bar at work, but we're slow. Hope you're having a great time.
I agree. It was a gem.
How is it nearly midnight? After midnight by the time you read this? Yeah, it's half midnight. That's how slow we're doing. Will you be seeing As You Like It in Bath? I'm seeing it next week, and I'm excited to see Gloria, as she was fantastic in the Almeida King Lear, and I didn't like the production. I don't think it's on our radar, but I hope you enjoy. Zach saw Inter Alia on Wednesday, seeing Punch next month on Broadway, headed to the Fringe in the morning. Enjoy the Fringe.
Enjoy.
It's an extraordinary, overwhelming, thing.
But
An
it's
oasis.
such a great way of it's such a great way of I think really restoring your love of theatre. And also I find it every year really good in making me truly aware of what I like in theatre and what I like, what I want to see more of, or like learning actually like types of shows I didn't know I liked that much, where the boundaries are, or anything that specifically is a red flag with theatre.
Makes sense. Oh, that's interesting.
Because I think when you see so much theatre, it really like kind of makes you truly aware of kind of yourself and how what you respond to.
Yeah.
And I think it's just really educational.
Yeah.
Just on theatre, of the different types of theatre, and makes you very aware of material.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Fringe is very focused on material, more so than anything else.
Yeah. But yes, enjoy. Have a great time. Oasis has done their Edinburgh gigs now, so all is well. And all is chill. I just read some of the comments from further down and realised we are very far behind.
Oh, fair. Oh,
keep scrolling. We will get there. We will get
at
to
least
you.
been into the whole thing.
Oh, no.
I can't even see where we were.
Keep going. Keep going. We're nearly there. We're nearly there.
Ooh.
There. We're there. What are your most anticipated shows for the rest of the year in London, NYC, or anywhere else? Into the Woods at the Bridge is mostly all I'm thinking about on a day-to-day, but also Punch on either side of the Atlantic. I'm very excited to see Paddington, huge. Paddington, huge. Hunger Games, huge.
Yeah.
Going to be huge, I think. Excited to see what American audiences make of Oedipus. I hope they love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are our answers. And Ride the Cyclone. Finally getting to see Ride the Cyclone on stage. How exciting. What do you think about the shows I did when I came to London? Starlight, Gatsby, Hadestown, Benjamin Button, Book of Mormon, Oliver. I did this in 3 days, 2 shows a day.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's so good.
That's so cool. I hope you had a great time. Have you ever been to the theatre by the lake in Cumbria? We were just talking about it the other day, but I haven't
visited that theatre so many times without seeing a show.
Yeah, no, never.
I have made so many trips there. But to be fair, every time I went, their shows went on. So like we never like coincided with the show.
There's a great book I read years ago called Theatres to See or Theatres to Visit Before You Die, and that was one of them.
I've seen multiple shows that they have worked on. So I've seen their work. I've just never seen it at the theatre.
Yeah.
But I do really want to go there because I love Kazoka.
Is there any more rumbling about A Knight's Tale in the West End? I saw it in Manchester and it felt like another potential Anne Juliet. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's a show that's in the wings.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I think the one thing that people don't get to see very often is the crazy amount of shows that how long it takes for shows to circle theatres.
Yeah.
And how hard it is to get a theatre.
And it needs one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So, for example...
That's the hardest part. Any big shows, it's really a struggle.
Something closes at the Ambassadors, something closes at the Criterion, something closes at the Fortune. I'm not manifesting anything here, don't worry. Hypothetically, if something closes at one of those theatres, then there are a bunch of other shows from a bunch of places that could go, oh, can we go in there? Like smaller things. A Knight's Tale is only ever going to be able to go into a handful of larger theatres. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's already booked in somewhere next year. It could be booked in somewhere late next year. Things get booked up quite far in advance. You'd be surprised.
Although things then change very quickly.
They do. Yeah, they do. There are things that have been scheduled and just never happened.
All things change very quickly and shows come in very quickly. It goes both ways.
Sudden turnaround. Yeah. It can be an unpredictable industry at times. I recently discovered that Douglas Hodge is also a writer and composer, as well as being the best Wonka. Has he written anything other than 101 Dalmatians? Or is it just 101 Dalmatians? I don't mean to sound so dismissive when I say that, but I have reviewed the show twice. You are welcome to look at the videos and or read the review.
I don't know. Maybe writing more? Definitely composing not.
Circa Regent's Park, when it was being done there, I don't think he'd written anything
that was
else.
debut.
Yeah. Which was an experience. I thought we'd never get Maybe Happy Ending because of the apocalypse. Really pleased we finally did. I only found out about it within the last year, so I'm glad that I had the chance to meet Maybe Happy Ending. Benjamin Button is 100% a must see while I'm over too. Don't worry. I'd heard you raving about Oliver, so definitely considering for the lighting alone.
Yeah.
It has to be done. It's also like quintessential West End show. It's now your birthday. Happy birthday, LandRXT. I hope you have a lovely birthday. I have a feeling Evita could sweep at the Oliviers, and suddenly Andrew loves Jamie again and wants Evita on Broadway ASAP.
We will see.
Yeah, I think Andrew has some misgivings. It's what he articulated in that interview. I don't think it's a big, huge falling out. I think it's more the particular thing. He pays a lot of attention to reviews.
He does.
He takes them to heart. Andrew Lloyd Webber, historically, has really lived or died by what the critics are saying about his shows. And with like the Times having said, the Times and I talked about some lack of storytelling clarity in this production of Evita, amidst a lot of other really great stuff, brilliant stuff. Go see Evita if you haven't. I think that particular criticism has made him wary about Jamie doing a new musical when storytelling is even more important, because a lot of people know Evita already.
Yeah.
But for a new musical, that really matters. I'm fine. I'm going to drink my water. You can answer the next question. But also, I don't know if Evita can sweep at the Oliviers. I don't know if it has enough categories. And that's not a bad thing, because sometimes shows are just like very well spread. Like a Cabaret is one of the last musicals I can think of that really swept. But Evita, in like some of its design things. What?
You were like, and I'm going to drink my water. And you were like,
no, I know. You can answer the next one.
Just worrying about you. Do we have any interest in the Irish theatre? It's great. Brendan Gleeson is to star in The Weir.
I want to see that.
The Playboy of the Western World will be on at the National Theatre at Christmas.
I want to see that too.
Yeah, there's so much. And at Fringe, there's so much exciting Irish theatre. Don't Tell Dad About Diana, incredible Irish.
Landau has the same birthday as Scuttle. Zach's dog, Scuttle. Amazing. Zach, I hope Scuttle enjoyed The Room Where It Happens. That video was precious.
Was Don't Tell Dad About Diana Northern Irish or Irish?
I thought it was Irish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, because it's doing the Irish Fringe.
Bad at geography. If I ever get those the wrong way around, please don't be offended. Horrible.
And that was one of my favourite shows at Fringe.
We ran into a lot of people who were seeing that and Whole because of your recommendations, because you saw them a few days before I did.
No, really enjoy Irish work, and it's I think that's what I like about Fringe a lot. I mean, Lost Lear, incredible.
Yeah. Greetings from Deal, Kent, provincial, but Canterbury Marlow Theatre is good. I love the Marlow. I've seen many shows there, and I love their pantomime. Yeah. Eva says, I still hope we get the Mark Strong Macbeth next year, because I've said this for years. Out of all the Shakespeare, that is absolutely perfect for Ike as a director. I would also like to see has Robert Ike done a Julius Caesar before?
I don't know.
Am I misremembering? Has that already happened? I would like to see it. But then I'd wonder if I'm just thinking about Oedipus, and that's why I say that.
Just realised what this means. Flowers for Mrs. Harris is doing Salt Lake City, Utah.
Flowers for Mrs. Harris in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's interesting. Wow. Wow.
Is that going to be the US premiere, or is it been elsewhere already?
I don't know. I think it might have had another US production. I feel like I remember this.
That's lovely to hear.
Very glad to hear that my videos helped you plan your vacation to London last month. Edward says, my favourite show is Carousel. I find modern shows hard and was horrified to hear you say that you wanted techno Cats. Listen, that production of Cats is already aesthetically and culturally updated and transposed to a different setting. I just want it to sound like the place it looks like. That's all I want. If you're gonna adapt it, let's do the whole thing. So yeah, I want techno Cats. I want post-apocalyptic Cats. I want fantasy Cats. I want enchanted woodland Cats. I can do this all day. Shipwreck Cats.
I hope you have a great time at One Summer's Island, Amanda.
Ooh, how fun.
Good morning from Almond.
It's Amanda. It's Amanda Palmer. It was me mistaking the name once on a live, and it's just stuck. And I appreciate that Amanda remembers that. Wasn't that made into the movie with Leslie Manville? Yes, the movie with Leslie Manville is Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, is based on the same book that the musical is based on.
Yes.
There was also a film with Angela Lansbury, I think, once upon a time, before the Leslie Manville one.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
So same story. Yes, but the Leslie Manville one, she doesn't sing.
Oh, I hope you have a great time, Zach and Xanadu.
I hope you. I wish you luck with learning to roller skate. Hilarious that you say my content is great to listen to while roller skating, because I, for various reasons, should never roller skate again. Are we going to see the Top Hat revival in Chichester? Also, how did we meet? We had been aware of each other for well, I'd been aware of you. I presume that you were aware of me. That was very obnoxious of me. I had been aware of you for some time because you were theatre influencing.
I didn't know who you were.
He had no idea. It was a surprise. You'd been theatre influencing for a long time before any of the rest of us were. And
you make me sound old, and I'm like only a month older than you.
I have to enjoy this moment when I'm 29 currently and you're 30 currently. And sorry, I should let you have the rest of the fluids drink.
You sure? You've been coughing more than I have.
I have been. And you look younger than me, so that's what
the baby face.
You will always look younger than me, just for the rest of time.
I'm going to enjoy that for so many years.
Yeah, and you will always be older.
And wiser.
Yeah, we met because the theatre industry eventually brought us together.
Yeah.
And I think if we see the Top Hat revival, we're more likely to see it on tour than in Chichester, just because it's a little bit trickier. Chichester has just become a little bit trickier to get to than it used to be.
Yes.
Not because it moved, because we moved. And which is very sad because I love Chichester Festival.
I love it. It's one of my favourite places to go.
What shows are you most looking forward to seeing on Broadway this season? I made a video about that. And my answers were The Lost Boys, just because Michael Arden. Oedipus, because I already know it's great. Punch, because James Graham. And the August Wilson revival with Taraji P. Henson and is it Cedric the Entertainer? I know very little about that, but I am looking forward to it. And also Ragtime. And also Cats the Jokel Pool. And also Sam Pinkleton Rocky Horror.
Yes.
And Two Strangers. Since I made that video. And other stuff that we suspect is coming that hasn't been announced yet.
I'm intrigued by Queen of Versailles, but I've never seen, because I've just never seen Kristen on stage.
That's true. I cannot hear the name of that show without going into the Whitney Houston song in my head. Because I'm the Queen of Versailles. That is not that's not the right lyric, and that song is not in the show.
For what it's worth, my mum, who doesn't even theatre, thinks you both are delightful.
That's very nice, thank you. Despite the Jamie Lloyd drama with ALW, do you think an Evita cast recording is happening? I think it's going to be the same situation as Sunset. I think it's going to go to Broadway, and when it goes to Broadway, they're going to announce that they've done a recording and it's going to release to help boost Broadway.
It will happen because they have the new way that they've been recording musicals for ALW with the new
live.
Well, and with their record label that's mainly just for those. So it will happen. They've already released a single, which is already a big indicator that they want to record it.
I think it's going to go to Broadway, regardless of this whole conversation. I think it's still going to go to Broadway. I think they're going to release it, but they're going to release it at the most opportune time to help boost Broadway, because London is selling. Because London has sold.
And the single's already been like number one.
London has already done what it needs to do financially.
Yeah.
I will say that much. So they're going to release the cast recording in an advantageous way for the Broadway production to help push that. Same with Sunset. It sold very, very well here, as well as it needed to. Great financial success. Everything's cheaper over here. Goes to Broadway. The run is longer. It's got the competition. it gets a little bit trickier. So I think they foresee that this time rather than just expecting that they're going to be the toast of the town. Mickey, massive congratulations on your success and expansion of the channel. Thank you. So utterly well-deserved and far more yet to come, I'm sure. Thank you, Samuel. That's a very nice thing to say, and it makes me very tired at the prospect. But thank you. That's very nice. If you could stage a Sunset Boulevard or Don't Cry For Me style performance of a song outside the theatre, what song would you pick and how would you stage it? My immediate thought was What You Own from Rent on the Roof, and I'm just thinking of that because of the movie.
Oh, I would love that. I just thought of a really dumb one. It's quite fun. But just thought, take Cats, get be like, oh, let's go Wilder, and get Demeter and Bob and Ballerina to do McCavity outside, not together. On the strip, but in the street alleys.
Yeah.
It was just really random. I was like, that would be fun.
Alley Cats.
Or you get Grisabella to do Memory on the roof of the theatre.
Brad and Janet in Rocky Horror doing There's a Light over at the Frankenstein place while walking into the front of the theatre. I'm trying to think of one that really justifies the technique in the same way that like Sunset Boulevard on screen and Evita, Balcony, Descomisados of it all do. I'm struggling to immediately come up with something that makes as much sense dramaturgically as those, but we will ruminate on that. And if something occurs to me, I will get back to you. You make podcasts multiple times a week. No way is it too much talking. It's just, people can have their opinions. Any updates post Fringe of any shows touring? I need to see Whole. I don't think they'll announce.
Some will announce before the end of this.
Yeah.
Some will have been like courting producers or
There's some that have already
discussions.
announced.
Yeah.
Like Ordinary Decent Criminals going on tour.
For Whole, we've not had anything, but we definitely know that people are seeing, like theatre people are seeing it.
Yeah, and the buzz has been so like everybody loves Whole.
Yeah,
everybody loves Whole, and if YouTube strikes me down at that exact moment for that exact sentence, then it's been lovely chatting to you all.
But I'm just gonna say with that show, it has annoyed me so much that the national press have not covered it. I'm just gonna go out there and say that it's annoying me.
You joke, but a partially interpretive dance review of The Right Show could be very funny. Don't put it past me. Don't put it past me. Also off to Evita on the 27th. Any pre-show tips from you lads to maximize the experience? For Evita, if you don't know the show, familiarize yourself with the historical context.
Just read the Wikipedia.
Her life story Wikipedia.
I don't even think that. I just think the plot.
I'm a firm believer, honestly, in see the movie. Watch the whole movie.
The movie would help.
Because everything the movie does really well, the show doesn't. And what the show does really well addresses some of the movie's biggest shortcomings. Madonna. So
I
think
you were coughing again.
I was, but it was a good opportunity to also say something that is going to get me in trouble. But I know, because I just stumbled onto a TikTok of someone posting Rainbow High, and in the comments, people being like, no one else but Madonna could have played this role. She is singular. There's never been a, and that's why there's never been a pop star in a movie musical since. And I was like, Taylor Swift did not get CGI cat ears for you to say a pop star has not done a movie musical since Evita. Jason Derulo did not get cat ears and a tail.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande in Wicked, who is on TikTok being like, Madonna was the last pop star to ever do a movie musical. I was like, this is so many layers of not immediately not true. But yeah, I would say watch the movie personally.
Yeah.
Landau says 150 people in here. Currently, we have 176, which is very fun. Which is very nice. Hello to everyone.
Oh, so glad you're having a great time watching theatre, James.
That's a very nice comment. That's very lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. And
I'm so happy that's just this random theatre content is making you smile. Not your random theatre content.
Not me.
Just me being random on it.
Sarah says, best fringe shows you think will have a future life off West End and beyond?
It's interesting. I think Hot Mess has got everything going for it now.
Yeah, Hot Mess
Like,
has already
it
got
is-
its off West End transfer coming up later this year. If you didn't know, that's going to Southwark Playhouse Elephant with the wonderful Tobias Turley and Danielle Steers.
It's really difficult to know with plays, especially if we will see them again. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, there's certain plays that I'm like, I would love for that to go to London or to be seen on a bigger stage, and I'm instantly like, I have no clue if this will be a play that I ever hear people talk about again. Because like Lost Lear was phenomenal, and I instantly watching it was like, this would go down so well in a London theatre.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but it's so...
Where would you put Lost Lear?
Like the Royal Court.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's such a good play. Lost Lear, I could talk so much about.
It's a great play.
Possibly the most like on the edge of your seat a puppet can make you feel.
Yeah.
And make you feel like it's so... sorry to derail this on this puppet, but I've never felt like a puppet's felt more lifelike and real than that one. Like it made me feel so like it's wild.
Yeah. I'm so sad Fat Ham didn't last on Broadway longer. A shame. I'm sad it wasn't filmed. But I'm glad that we're getting a lot of subsequent regional productions. It's getting done a lot regionally in the US and now getting done in the UK and at the RSC. How perfect. As someone considering a Jonathan Larson tattoo soon, have you ever thought of getting some stagey ink? I don't think I'd get a quote. I don't think I'd get a lyric. Because if I got a tattoo, and I don't think I actually will, but if I did, I would get one, and I wouldn't want more than one. And I think if I got a quote, you'd then want to get like another one. You get like, and then like the thing on my foot means this, and I've got like a wrist thing to like, and that like that's like my Disney one, and that's my musical theatre one, and like no shade to the people in my life who have done that, the people who I know who have done that, the people who I don't know who have done that, but wouldn't be me. I would get like one thing on my wrist, and it wouldn't be words. It would be, I don't know. I at a time I wanted to get the outline of a heart filled with a rainbow watercolor, to speak to like, because I was like, if there's one part of my identity that I want enshrined in me, it's the queer community, and so it was kind of that. But then I think I was at a time when I would occasionally, not often, but I would occasionally have like a nightclub stamp on my wrist the next day or on the back of my hand, and it would startle me. And I started to think, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have a tattoo because I don't think I can handle it.
I never want, like, I love like learning about people's tattoos and find it fascinating and love like seeing artwork. But it could not be me. I went to
a New Year's Eve party once and was meeting friends of friends who had never met me before, who did not know me. And I was going through a phase of, I used to wear makeup more, and I was like, the hair was slicked up and a nice outfit on, and it was a cute makeup look. And I'd drawn 3 little stars with Courtney Act eyeliner under my eye, and it was a sleepover thing. And then the next morning, they were gone, and the person who hadn't met me before said, "Oh, thank God! I thought you had a face tattoo, and I was pretending not to think it was weird this whole time." But yeah, made me laugh. Anyway, that in answer to that question, I recently saw Bat Out of Hell, the musical, at Marlow Theatre Canterbury. Hope you enjoyed. I love how adorably behind they are. We're working on it. We're getting there. Are you planning to see House of McQueen to see Emily Skinner? Much as I love Emily Skinner, I don't think the timing works.
Luke Fingin.
I know, and I don't think the timing works. Very sad.
I love that, like, there's multiple Marlow people on here. That's fun.
Don Moore, announce your Sondheim rep season, please. Is it real? Is it just an internet rumor?
I just don't know if it's real anymore.
Weber at this point is becoming the villain if he hasn't already. The disregard for the industry professionals from every angle is staggering. I mean, expand more on what you mean by that, because also I don't think much has changed over the past few decades. I think he actually gives more deference now to the likes of Michael Harrison. And
there's been a change.
Yeah, and to Jamie Lloyd, to even be allowing Jamie Lloyd, he let Jamie Lloyd cut songs from Sunset Boulevard. This is far less maestro control than we've seen for a long time.
Open air Sunday in the Park.
Sunday in the Park at open air. Sunday in the Park in the park. Sunday performances of Sunday in the Park in the park. They don't normally do. Do they normally do Sundays? Oh yeah, Dylan was there today.
Yeah. Chat, how far behind are they tonight from Ellie?
It's the support and the encouragement from Ellie Talks
We're at least
Theatre
10 minutes behind.
that we really come to this live stream for. Some things never change. What is that? Some things never change. And I'm holding on tight to Frozen 2.
Yes.
Frozen 2. Haven't heard that since I saw it.
Is it possible ever to be cabaret
out? There must be a limit, surely, to how many times you can enjoyably see it. So, yeah, I don't think I've seen it recently, since the days when I was seeing 6 over and over, which is a little while ago now. There's not a production I've seen more than Cabaret, which we see now every couple of months, because we see it every time there's new cast members.
Yeah.
I think because there's so much depth in the material and this production and this direction, and because there's so much depth in the material, there's still things that you can find in it and pull from it, and it's still, I'll never get tired of seeing and hearing great material. It's the thing done well. And that's a big part of why, when you get a performance that does something differently, makes different choices, it's refreshing and it's interesting, because it's like you're watching a new show. If someone goes in and does Sally or the MC the same way it's always been done, then it's a little more like, cool, it's still Cabaret, and yeah, but I'm more excited by people who surprise me.
Thoughts on the new Two Strangers marketing for Broadway?
I think it's going to change again before it even begins previews. Yeah. So
it's nice that it's kind of a reference to films like Sleepless in Seattle.
It's definitely trying to be like, look, we're a rom-com.
Yeah.
And yeah, the most important thing now is that they let audiences know as loudly and as widely as possible, we're coming, this is what we are, this is the vibe, because New York is going to fall in love with that show if they go and see it.
Yeah.
And it's at the Long Acre, which is an uphill push. Honestly, people say the Long Acre is cursed. I just say it's behind scaffolding on a corner. It's not even the best part of Times Square because it's up at the top. I like that bit of Times Square because it's quiet, because it's that little pedestrianized triangle where you can actually breathe, but that means there aren't as many people looking down, seeing the show there. It's like it's not the Shubert or the St. James.
It's opposite the Kerr, which has an incredible marquee.
Has a great marquee.
Like, if a Long Acre marquee is doing the least, the Walter Kerr marquee is doing the most.
I don't think the Long Acre is doing the least. I think it's blocked. I like the Long Acre as viewed from the other side,
but I think even if it was fully viewable, it's still probably it's probably one of the most
let's have that conversation. What's the worst marquee on Broadway?
They can't really help it, but
yeah, we're not shaming anybody here.
But Todd Haynes is stuck with where it is.
I was thinking
it's just really limited with because it's on 42nd in the most 42nd of 42nd.
Yeah.
And because it's it's roundabout, so it's also not it's not commercial Broadway. So it has its limitations of how it can be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I love the theatre inside though.
Manifesting good things for two strangers.
I'm curious about your thoughts of why the Mamma Mia revival on Broadway is doing so well. I really didn't expect it. And you got maybe happy ending tickets. Yay!
Nice. I hope you enjoy. I haven't looked at gross. Is Mamma Mia doing great on Broadway?
I think so.
Good.
But also, like, I'm not surprised. Like, it's such a happy musical. It's one loads of people know.
Since it was last on Broadway, the brand has expanded as well because of the film and the sequel. People know they enjoy the music. Mamma Mia coined the slogan when they were first on Broadway. You already know you're going to love it.
And that's what I think people want when they're sometimes on a trip, is that, especially tourists, like, and international tourists, because one thing I learned a lot about the West End years ago when I was talking to people about it, was the mindset of tourists coming to London and booking a show if English was not their first language, which was picking a show that they know, so that even if the language barrier exists and they might not get everything, they know the show well enough so they know what's happening and they can follow it. And we've had that when we went to Germany.
Yeah.
Like when we've been abroad and like watching a show not in our first language is because we know the show, we can follow what's happening and we can even pick up on changes and differences, even though there's a language barrier. So like Mamma Mia is kind of perfect in that sense because it's slightly different from the Disney musicals where it's not like a family friendly. It is family friendly, but it's not viewed as an animated film or anything.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly a party, you dance, you have fun, it's full dance, it's belting face. It's
I think is really telling is how many actors, industry professionals on Broadway have been so excited for Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the most like no one's saying it's a masterpiece. I think it deserves more respect than it gets, especially in Broadway circles. But people are just excited for the joy and the escapism of it. And I think it's come at a good time. People need a little ABBA. Daniel says, love your stuff. Just got back in from Hunchback. So result to have you online. Desperate to know if you went or will review next weekend. We see Hunchback of Notre Dame next weekend.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Maddie says, really happy to catch your live videos. We were hoping you saw the latest Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl a couple of weekends ago and get your thoughts on it. Devastatingly, didn't make it to the Hollywood Bowl. And that was never going to happen because it overlapped with the start of August, which is the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, your birthday.
I need to watch more of the clips because I genuinely missed everything.
Yeah.
I missed all the content because everybody was telling me about it, but we were at Fringe, so I just missed it.
Yeah, I want to see what Tyrone was like. Tyrone. But yes, heard good things. Does the hype of Ariana DeBose burn off, you think? Well, and for theatrical audiences, we have yet to see because she hasn't yet really done a theatre run since winning the Oscar. She's done a lot of other films. I think people blame her for like I've seen things being like Ariana DeBose won an Oscar and then made all these terrible films, and I was like, she didn't make the film. She
got cast from them.
Yeah, only a woman would get blamed for the jobs that she's offered. But I think that has a lot more to do with the way that Broadway performers are respected, or not, as the case may be, in Hollywood.
Oh my gosh, the sassers, everybody's being sassy. Because Amy said thanks in advance. And
you're thinking 20 minutes in advance at least. Who knows how far behind? We're going to get there. We're going to bring it back. I'm very confident.
I think
we always do. We always get there. That was a great cast in Bring It On Broadway. There are a lot of future stars in that cast.
Is this the Contact as in the show Contact?
Or in Rent? I can't remember what we were saying.
Contact's still in Rent.
Oh, yeah.
Contact's never left Rent.
Yeah, I was thinking of the movie. Hi in Philadelphia.
Hello
to you. We're
We
maybe
know
happy.
so many friends that are from Pennsylvania,
We do.
and we've
We
never
do.
been yet.
Go Eagles. We're maybe happy ending sippy cups a thing when you guys went. The souvenir cups, like this, not this one specifically, but those were a thing. We have one of those, but not a sippy cup. I don't
That
think.
is fun.
Well, a sippy cup is like,
No, but that is because of the lid.
then yes.
Because we get these with the lids. You're forgetting that we get them with lids.
No, I know, but like,
That would be a sippy cup because you sip it.
no, in my head, a sippy cup is for toddlers, and it has
Yeah,
the
no,
little rubber
that's
thing.
not that. That's a British thing.
That's a sippy cup.
Yeah, but there's a different word for it in America, no?
I don't know. It's very late here. Who do you think will replace Vanessa Williams in Devil Wears Prada when she leaves? If she
I
leaves.
don't think she's leaving anytime
She's
soon.
very comfortable here, it seems.
She said it in an interview, I think, already, like, before it's even been announced.
If I was Vanessa Williams, I'm looking across
Yeah.
the pond, doing this, seeing the politics and going, I think I'll stay to the Dominion. Next trip to New York. Inevitably, we're going to want to be there
Some point.
in the autumn, winter time. There's a lot of exciting stuff opening. I'm not going to not go see Ragtime and Chess. Come on now. I'll be in New York February to see Oedipus, and I'm so excited to see it again. I'm excited to see it again. I'm excited to react to other people getting to see it and hear.
I'm
those
excited to
responses.
finally see it.
I'm excited for you to see it. It was the first show I saw, I think, this year in 2025. Have I ever appeared in a musical?
I just thought there's something I'll tell you later.
Okay. Have I ever appeared in a musical? In amateur and community productions? Yes, several times. And I'm doing another one in a couple of weeks on the weekend of my birthday. I'm going to be I was about to say forming because I was reset my brain. I was mixing the words appearing and performing. I had a Gruel from Mean Girls moment there. I'm going to be appearing / performing in a 24-hour musical. That means we find out on the Friday night what it is, and then we perform it on the Saturday night, off book, hopefully.
Are you? Are you?
I am.
Oh,
You can reveal that you're doing it as well if you like. I didn't want to speak for you.
look at it.
Aaron's doing it too.
For
There you go.
the first time.
Yeah, I've done it for several years now. It always falls around my birthday, so it's always a nice way to spend. Sometimes it's on my birthday,
There's so
sometimes
many
it's
of us
coming out
doing
on my
it this
birthday.
year.
Yep. So looking forward to that. But also, I have appeared as part of graphic design at the back of a musical production before
Oh,
called Public Domain. Where did we get to? Oh, it was about the price of Evita tickets. That was the thing that Eva said, supply and demand. I remember. Amy says, I would go back to Broadway right now to see Mamma Mia. Loved that cast I saw on tour, especially Amy Weaver and Christine Sherrill. I really want to see Buena Vista Social Club and Just in Time. Both great shows.
Great shows.
Both great shows.
Great shows.
Have you heard much about Chess on Broadway? No. I've heard a rumored Svetlana, who would be exciting because big fan. Big fan. They won't know what that means either, Eva, but I did. Don't doubt me and my memory.
Hello to Perth.
Good morning in Perth, Australia. Hi to you, Kelly Davies. Thoughts on Eva and Reeve going into cabaret together? I am intrigued. I'm excited to see Eva again, and I'm fascinated to know what Reeve is going to be like as the MC because I can't currently visualize it. I couldn't visualize Marisha either, and she was sensational.
Yeah. I'm surprised we have not had the Devil Wears Prada cast recording.
You'd think they'd do it just because Elton.
You'd also think they do it before they leave.
Maybe they've already, maybe it's already happened. Maybe it's already happened, especially with these live recordings.
Maybe if it's live, then yes.
Yeah. Really want to see Ashley Lorena Satine on Broadway. She did it twice. I don't think she's doing it again. Or is she doing it right now? No, is it JoJo again now? Who's Satine?
No. Saleya was just.
Saleya was just.
Saleya still, or Saleya just left?
I thought Saleya and Jordan left.
They did.
I don't know who Satine is right now on Broadway. Let's Google who Satine is right now on Broadway before we embarrass ourselves. Jacob says, thank you as always for your thorough coverage of The Fringe. Just back to the States and had another great couple of days in Edinburgh. Glad to hear it. Cool Callum says, do you love Cats? The musical? Yes. The animal? No. Sorry to Cats the animal. They scare me.
I was about to say that was a dick.
I don't hate Cat. No, they know that now. They're going to come and find me.
It's currently Ashley Loren.
Ashley Loren is currently Satine. I forgot she'd gone back into it. Fine.
Yeah.
Then hope you get to see her.
You would She's not going to be
She's
doing
never
it
doing it
again.
again.
Why
She's doing
would
it
she do it again? She
right
currently
now.
is.
Right now. I'd forgotten who was in Moulin Rouge. You can look at a dog and see that there is nothing but love going on behind the eyes, or the capacity for love. And you can look at a cat and they're plotting something, I swear to God. Anyway, do you think Gatsby will have a life after close? And do you think regional productions deserve life after their runs? For me personally, Hope Mill, Watermill, and Royal Exchange shows. And you know, a few years ago, they did the most deserving regional production stuff that got great reviews would transfer. And it's a symptom of the scarcity of venues that
There's just not
it's
space.
harder. Yeah.
There's just not space a lot of the time in the ecosystem. But then again, I will say, with regional, don't give up hope that those shows won't show up again. Because the Watermill's a good one to reference with Calamity Jane currently on tour is an old production by the Watermill.
Yes.
So it's reappeared again.
Yeah.
So like, don't worry if it has. Don't worry that like if it hasn't transferred in a year, it won't appear again. Regional producing houses will remember their shows and will bring them back if they can. Sometimes they're just waiting for a reason to.
Yeah.
Do we think a Motor Than the Queue Broadway transfer is definitely not going to happen anymore?
Speaking of scuppered transfers, I don't know. It could be waiting on cast. I think it's a shame because I think it would do very well on Broadway. But
and maybe theatres.
Yeah.
It wants a theatre and can't get it.
Our friend Jeremy was watching.
I might catch up with the chat by Christmas. Hi, Jeremy.
We will catch up. We will get there. Saw Hunchback tonight. Loved the performances, but sound quality wasn't that good and lost some sound quality and couldn't hear some stuff. Do you think concerts need better sound quality? It's more often than not, it's a symptom of the fact that they don't get much rehearsal time in the space because they are sharing with the full-time tenants of those theatres.
And so there's like they've just not been able to get used to.
Yeah, more thoughts to follow next weekend after we've seen it.
Do you think West Side Story will ever come back to the West End?
Allegedly.
At some point.
Allegedly, yeah.
West Side Story is one of those ones that always comes back round.
It was said at one point there was something of a bidding war for the rights between different producing houses. So intrigued to see if anything comes of that. Do you think that Eva and Reeve were meant to do Cabaret on Broadway together, but then the announcement of the closure, do you think that could be why they're doing West End? No, unrelated. No.
Completely different.
The next time you come to NYC, do you think you might try an opera or ballet at the Met? It's an amazing venue to experience, and their in-seat subtitle technology is especially impressive.
Oh, I heard about this in-seat subtitle technology.
If it can fill a show slot that we can't otherwise, then yes. The problem very often is that we are already overbooked with things that we would like to see. And I want to go and see the stuff that I can be useful to. I want to go and see the stuff, not just recreationally, I see stuff to review. And when it comes to opera and ballet, I don't think I do a particularly good job of reviewing them because I lack the palate. It's like, I now know what a good wine is, but at age 23, I did not know what a good wine was. I drank Echo Falls from the box and I was happy about it because I hadn't developed a palate for it. And so, and I think that's a better metaphorical example of being able to review something. Everyone can. Everyone's opinion is valid, but you develop a palate for it. And I don't have that yet.
We did see Brigadine. We saw Brigadine this week.
We saw Brigadine on Friday. Review coming tomorrow.
Thank you, Ryan. Happy summer nights to you too.
Those summer.
Exciting. First trip back to Broadway since 2017.
I was about to sing a very high and loud note.
I know. We have a lot to catch up on too. This was written at midnight 26. This is why I am speeding up. I realized.
Oh no, we're 50 minutes behind. 50
Mickey.
It's not just me.
It's
you
not
blame
just
me
you.
every time we get on a live stream and you're like, Mickey, you're so
just
slow.
don't
Mickey,
talk
we're
to
so
him.
bad. Then stop talking. Maybe that.
Oh.
I'm afraid I might not make it tonight. We'll have to watch the rest tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen. Hope you have a great week. Hope you have a great week. Hope you enjoyed Hunchback today. Is the Evita transfer pushed to next season now? I think they don't want to fight cats. I think Andrew is worried about overwhelming New York with too much of himself.
I think it's everything keeps changing.
Yeah, seeing
Like,
Ragtime.
it changes a lot. Broadway as well seems to change more than any time.
Yeah. Do concerts need more planning, as it keeps happening that the sound quality is faulty no matter the venue? This concert has been planned for months.
Yeah.
For months and months and months and months and months.
A really long time.
There are other things going into it.
I just realised when this was.
Yeah. I think I'll have landed in London by the time they get to this comment, to be honest.
Oh, they're flying from Australia.
The sass. What is your favourite musical theatre lyric from the last decade? Mine is Fortune Favours Bravery and a Fortune's What I've Got. That's a great lyric. I enjoy that. Favourite lyric from the last decade? I was thinking about one just the other day. Like, that's such a great lyric. And now I won't be able to bring it to mind.
Oh, longest standing ovation that Beck's seen in a long time for Hunchback.
Oh. Some of the Suff's lyrics I think are really great.
There was one you mentioned recently. Or was that an old musical that you were saying?
Hot Mess is jumping back into my mind because there's some just bits of genius in there. But like playful, whimsical, silly, funny, smart, stupid, which are all qualities I enjoy. Do you think Jamie Moscato will get another Olivier nomination for Gatsby? And do you think Gatsby will have life after it closes, given how amazing audiences on the whole have loved it? Again, it's the scarcity of theatres. So I don't know. I don't know how easily it could tour.
Yeah, but they've not started the US tour yet.
True.
Either. So until there's like a tour scaled down, and the thing is, even a national tour in the US would still be a lot bigger than what we're able to do in the UK. So maybe it'll just be it needs a big theatre. Yeah.
Can't wait to return to NYC for Ragtime. I hope you enjoy, Ryan. I hope you have an amazing time. I think you sent me a message and I will reply. Do you think there's an iota of hope, for the Cynthia Erivo and Adam Lambert Jesus Christ Superstar to tour or a cast album? Sadly, that's not really what these Hollywood Bowl shows are usually a precursor to.
But I think who knows with JCS is a weird one anyhow to know what could happen next because it started as a concept album.
Yeah. Anything is possible if the demand and the enthusiasm is there. I don't know if I have the strength for the ongoing headache that would be the backlash to Cynthia Erivo's casting, which I find to be fatiguing nonsense. What else do we have? Is Sing Street eligible for the Olivier Awards?
Yes.
Thank you, Maria Ann. That's very kind of you. Oh.
Well, I know where to get to.
About eligible Broadway revivals. Amy said, Mamma Mia, Beetlejuice and Ragtime, only 3 revival musicals. Will Chess count there? I actually don't know if Beetlejuice counts. I don't know if it's been away for long enough to count as a revival. Chess will definitely count.
Chess will definitely.
Why wouldn't Chess count?
Cats will as well.
Cats will and Rocky Horror. I don't think Mamma Mia gets a look in, sadly, just because it's a remounting of the production. It's not a new production. Instead of cats, can they be polar bears for the immersive production in the North Pole? Sure, I'm all for it.
Hope you had a great trip to the theatre today, Carrie.
Saw a review of the immersive Phantom where the reviewer clearly had a ball but had my social anxiety on high alert. And yeah, I think for those immersive things, it's very personal, sometimes even more so than theatre, as to what you vibe with and what your tastes are with it. One of my friends just saw Masquerade. She thought it was incredible. Her husband said it exceeded his expectations. Oh, and it's impressing the husbands. Big news. Have you heard anything about a potential Taboo revival, since there had been talk about a new book for it? I would like to see it. I would be excited for that to be a thing.
They've been working on it for a while.
Yeah. Queen of Versailles, I'm worried about, especially with Kristen Chenoweth. Why especially with Kristen Chenoweth? Kristen's the one thing everyone's been agreeing is extraordinary in the show. The Hunchback of Notre Dame concert yesterday, it was amazing. I hope coming to the West End, the cast was amazing. I don't know if Zach's getting involved now. Written at 12:34. No, it's not good. Stop scrolling. I like to meaningfully reply to people. I'm not going to apologize for that. What was I saying before I interrupted myself with self-doubt? Harry saw the Hunchback of Notre Dame concert yesterday and hopes it comes to the West End more permanently. I think Hunchback should come to London because I think there is a route for it too, and Les Mis illustrates that quite well. I don't know that Disney quite know what to do with it,
Mhm.
or that they trust it as a property necessarily, because they're so used to the family audience and it's a little darker. But I think they underestimate, and maybe Hercules has shown this, the power of the
Disney adult.
I was going to say the millennial and Gen Z audience for it. Seattle Susie Q is going to be in London for 3 days early October. What shows would we recommend? Hearing great things about James Graham's Punch, although we haven't seen it yet. What else is going to be around early October? There's a lot of staples that ought to be seen if you haven't before, like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, but I think you might have come to London.
It was just when it's closing.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I don't think this is your first trip to London in years, but perhaps I'm wrong. Call me pessimistic, but I feel American reviews won't like Oedipus as much as over here because they didn't like Oresteia because it wasn't Greek enough. I mean, this is so clearly not even an attempt to be. You'd hope that would be a level of obnoxious that would annoy me. But I worry when a show I really care about goes over and is going to get reviewed. I do worry. I've seen a show at a British theatre that Mickey, Jo, and Aeron haven't. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, By the Lake. That is a life win for you. Yeah. Haven't seen Goodnight Oscar yet. That's one of the other shows that opened while we were up in Edinburgh that we need to catch up on. After seeing Hot Mess, what is your favourite Jack Godfrey musical?
Hard.
It's like choosing between my children that I don't yet have. I think 42 Balloons still takes it because just because the themes that it confronts have a greater level of depth, and that's what it's trying to do, and that's not that.
I also just I've gained a real soft spot for babies.
Yeah,
because
I love babies.
It's just feels so authentic, and I don't think I've seen that in a long time. And I've seen like a musical about teenagers with queer storylines that just feels normal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do we think Shucked has a chance to play in the West End next year, or maybe tour? I can see it having a great awards season and would love to see it again. I would love to see that production again.
I just haven't heard anything.
I hope it's remembered at the Olivier's. I don't think it's a sweeper necessarily. Speaking of, Ellie says it's interesting to remember that this version of Evita, which was also at Regent's Park, didn't fare amazingly well at the Olivier's last time. Very different set of circumstances.
People feel very differently towards Jamie Lloyd now.
People didn't spend the summer talking about it. It didn't make all the national news.
It also didn't have so many producers involved.
Yeah,
which is a
very different kettle of fish. And I know what you're thinking. Why are the fish in a kettle? If you're interested in the workshop version of Maybe Happy Ending, its working title was What I Learned from People. I didn't know that. Living with people has taught this to me. Did either of you see Stephen Ward, or are you going to see Military Wives musical? Intrigued about Military Wives?
Yes.
I think I'm going to a rehearsal preview for that. Yeah. I haven't told you yet.
That's news to me.
Didn't see Stephen Ward, but wanted to. I got really into I got obsessed with the trailer that they put out that had a bunch of different songs in. You've never had it so good, Stephen Ward, your friendly osteopath. So, to my mind, it's a really great 6-minute musical. I never saw the full show. Would Evita be eligible for the Olivier's next year? Yes. They let Jerusalem be eligible. They let...
Yeah, 100%. It's evolved. It's not the same production.
It has evolved substantially. They let Mary Poppins be eligible. It's a very different production. Did you see the Hunchback of Notre Dame concert? No, I'm going to issue a blanket. Seeing it next week.
Hades Town was eligible as revival.
Yeah. If burlesque transfers to Broadway, does Orphe come with the deal? Presumably. Broadway actress, that would make sense. Yeah. I wonder if she got right of refusal.
You'd think so.
Talking about Ireland, I'm seeing The Pillar Man on the 6th. Enjoy. If Mary Poppins can win twice for the same choreography, Evita can be eligible again, right? Kendall is in New York right now. Just saw John
Oh,
Proctor and my
I
eyes are
missed
still
that
puffy.
show.
So glad you. And you're seeing Jinx and O'Mary tomorrow.
Gosh.
Aren't we
And
jealous?
some intimate on Friday.
Thank you for your great recommendations. Thank you for sharing your trip with us. That sounds amazing. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. Do 90s dance music and call it house cats.
Jump.
An option. My favorite diva's alive. We're the favorite divas. That's us. If we were in Death Becomes Her, who would be who? I'm wearing glasses.
I know.
But you also wear glasses.
Let me think. I'm just processing and thinking.
Let them decide.
Okay.
Okay. In the comments right now, and in 2 hours' time, we'll get to it. If we were Madeline and Helen in Death Becomes Her, who is it? We've done Alpha Glinda before. We've ascertained that I am more Glinda-ish. But who is the Helen? Who is the Madeline? We need to know for science. Oh, Utah. Oh, thank you, Zach. Utah is the North American premiere of Flowers for Mrs. Harris. How interesting.
Fascinating.
Everyone do what Zach did and include what you're talking about because they're on a huge delay. I can remember. Don't put it past me. Orpheus at Sydney Fringe Festival.
Yes, it's so good.
Anything Wright and Granger. Like I recommend.
Ancient.
Just got to a comment that said Aeron is ancient.
This is when you were talking about my age.
I love you, my love.
You've been teasing me so much.
I know. I recommend Orpheus, but specifically anything by Wright and Granger. Wright with a W. That is Half Man, Half Bull, The Gods, The Gods, The Gods. Orpheus. They've got upcoming shows that I'm very excited about. Anything they do. I trust anything they do.
That's a really good time with Mamma Mia, and I'm glad that that's happening.
Yeah. Just lots of very nice comments. Will we see 42 Balloons on Broadway this season? I don't know. We could. I hope we do at some point.
Yeah.
Jenna Russell, have you heard things about her most recent regional run in Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold
I've heard
Fry?
it was tear-jerking, so I'm very excited.
Excited to see it at the Haymarket in the new year. It is opening just in time for the Oliviers.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. Aeron and Mickey, are you surprised Cabaret on Broadway didn't recoup? Not since...
That was your question about...
Yes, I read. Not since those opening reviews.
As soon as they cut the shot glasses, I could have easily known, because that was a sign of we cannot make this
It's
work.
not been a surprise. But also, shockingly few musicals on Broadway have recouped.
I was never sure if it would when it was going over, because it's not like the layout and everything that they were doing with it was such a if it's a really expensive thing and we knew that it had to run for 6 years
and it was
in the
expensive
UK.
Here.
Well, yeah,
which means it's astronomical.
I remember when it was announced, it was the show needs to run in the West End for 5 to 6 years to recoup, and if that happens over here, then you're imagine on Broadway how long it has to be, and you realise
this is amazing. So this is in Utah. This is Julianne planning a 2-show day. The venue has 2 theaters. Something Rotten matinee, Flowers for Mrs. Harris in the evening. That's a great and wildly varied 2-show day. Enjoy yourself thoroughly. That sounds amazing. Tonight from West Side Story outside on the balcony. Yeah, that does make sense. Gypsy closes today. Nothing announced from the Majestic yet. Thanks for Mickey and Aeron for showing me 2-show days can be a thing.
Yay!
They can.
They're so much fun. I don't think it'll curse Two Strangers. I think Two Strangers will be fine, regardless. There's a lot of love for it. And also, the Belasco was also not anybody's favourite, and then appropriate and maybe happy ending of both I enjoy that.
Yeah. Victoria said, you're forgetting Gaga in A Star is Born. I don't consider A Star is Born a movie musical because I don't think of movies that feature a lot of music diegetically as movie musicals necessarily. But also, that was not an exhaustive list. There have been others.
Mm.
Thank you all for your fringe recommendations. I was excited to see you, but got too nervous to say hi. Always say hi.
Always there.
Yell at us. Shout at us. People chased me down today outside of Battersea Power Station. And if they are watching this video, thank you so much for doing that. It was very nice to meet you. Have you ever used Marquee TV? It's the art streaming service, and I'm trying it.
I've heard of it, but I've never used it.
I've heard of it, yeah. I want to see Esme Bodler in a musical again. You and me both, very talented. Seeing House of McQueen next weekend. Have you heard any buzz about it? I've heard nothing.
And J-Lo and Kiss of a Spider-Woman.
J-Lo and Kiss of a Spider-Woman, which, as you may have seen recently from our trailer reaction, we are excited about. As someone who has known Jamie Lloyd since school, he's a really lovely guy. He's a Rachel Berry type personality, and I think the whole Lloyd Webber thing is just a clash of two very similar people. That's what I sort of put it down to as well. There are standing air conditioning units that sit inside your home under or next to a window for like $300 to $500, which I will say is still a lot of money. And so the next person who tells me that I look sweaty and I need to invest in an air conditioning unit is welcome to tip me some money so that I can buy an air conditioning unit, or surrender your right to insist that I get one. Anyway, Suffs is coming to town, says George the Cat. Is it worth going to see if it's difficult to leave the house? Scale of 1 to 10, how good is it? I mean, that's a very personal decision for you. I love that show. I think it's really great. I think it's really smart and funny and moving.
We saw it once.
Yeah, it was at the time my favorite musical on Broadway. So there's that.
I got the comments from when I joined about an hour ago.
Saw Kit Kat Club on Broadway, one of my first ever Broadway shows. Thoughts aside, Marisha was so lovely to talk to after the show. She's incredible. She is. I'm so thrilled for her that her career trajectory has taken her back to Broadway as a star, playing Sally Bowles. I think that's fantastic. If Ellie was here, so this is the hypocritical thing. Someone said, because Ellie is letting... Okay, there you go. She's acknowledged this too. I was like, if Ellie was here, we'd be hours. We'd be getting further back somehow through the chat. We'd be moving backwards in time. We'd be glacial. We'd be frozen. True. Scientists would be studying us years afterwards. Hello, Isaac. No, Ellie doesn't nudge us on. Ellie just laughs at us from the chat, as is her wont. When is O'Mary coming to London? I don't know. Maybe really soon. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Will you be seeing Prince F Slur? Nearly got to see it last time.
I can't remember how long it's actually on when it's at Studio Seaview.
Yeah, but would like to. I had a cool video idea for you both. What about at Christmas doing a Christmas Carol in 2 cities in one day? Are they both doing a Christmas Carol? A Leeds Playhouse.
There's a lot of Christmas carols this year.
Oh, this nation, this country does too many Christmas carols. And to be political for one moment, I always said I wouldn't see a Christmas Carol while the Conservative government was still in power. But I will say in general that this country stages a Christmas Carol far too often for a country that at a government and a social level places too little value on feeding impoverished children. I think we can't keep doing a Christmas Carol and keep not paying any attention to it. It drives me insane, which is why I don't like seeing the play that much. Anyway, moving on. Which actors haven't done cabaret who you'd love to get cast or think eventually will get cast? Oh, there was someone the other day who I was like, how have they not done cabaret yet?
I mean, when Jessie J did her interview saying that she had been offered it, but the timing
wasn't right, but she still wanted to.
She would be fab, and she's from a theatre background. She did the West End when she was a child.
Florence Pugh would be great.
Yes, she would be fab.
Saoirse Ronan. Well, there was someone the other day who I thought of. That's going to bother me. It's going to bother me for some time. Wouldn't it be fun if Sam Barks did it? Having done the tour of the Ken Wright version, the Rufus Norris.
Speaking about, it's very random. Speaking about Florence Pugh, and thank you from Thunderbolts as well. Hannah
Yes.
would also be great. I don't think she can sing, but
Yeah, well, it's
but
Sally
she's
Bowles in Cabaret.
yeah, but she would also be bad.
Speaking also on the subject of I don't know if they can sing. I don't know if Manny Jacinto can sing, but he can clearly dance, as we learn in Freaky Friday. So musical theatre beckons, I think. Just watched all your Fringe blogs today. They were so much fun to watch and made me want to go so badly. I'm so glad that is the impact of the Fringe blogs. Thank you for sharing your chaotic time there, wasn't it just? Thank you. Credit to Storm Flores for making it interesting. Hadestown still has the title for show I've seen the most. Mine is still 6, but Cabaret is getting on up there. Thank you for reminding me again how much I enjoy these shows. That's a really lovely thing to say. Thank you for letting me know that. The irony of working in the arts and not being able to afford to see most of the arts is not lost on me. I think that's a perspective echoed by many people. If only someone had made a video ranking all of the Broadway marquees.
This is when we're talking about them.
Go and watch Ellie's video ranking all of
See,
the
this is
Broadway
the thing.
marquees.
The Longacre was decorated quite nicely for Olympia, and I liked it when it was Surfer Dead Outlaw. But I think it's always one of those marquees that like you have to like basically be at the marquee to see it, because it has quite a simple shaped marquee.
Yeah.
Like it's very the classic square with it in, and I think when you're opposite a show like Hadestown, where you have the whole outdoor stairs with all the flowers and the big glitzy like Las Vegas style sign that the Kerr has, I wish the Longacre had a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah. Cabaret is the musical I've seen the most with 3 MCs. I think I'm up to like 12 MCs, not to be competitive. But I have seen 3 different productions of Cabaret, and one of them twice, and one of them like 12 times. What do you think of the video recording of Waitress that was in theatres and is now on HBO?
I've never watched it.
No, I haven't either.
I actually would like to watch it as well, because
it's on some airlines, but never the ones we're on. I think it's on like Air Canada. So we need to fly to Canada so we can watch Waitress on the flight.
It's probably on the Virgin ones.
Maybe it's on the Virgin ones.
Virgin and Delta.
My take is that the West End is less prominent culturally than Broadway. I think it depends, because I think currently with Evita, I think we're very culturally prominent, which is exciting. Do people need ABBA or Barb? Barb is a reference to a show we saw at the Fringe, The Fit Prince.
That was a great,
Barb is great. Movement King, is your father aware? As someone who did Mamma Mia for over a year, I will defend it to the end. It's so fun to see, so fun to do, and I'm so glad it's back on Broadway. Amazing. Amazing. And that's the kind of joy and escapism that we need. Can you please read this for me, because I'm going to cough.
I'm an elder teen who is a theatre critic in DC. How would you recommend I best use my time so I can continue this professionally?
Best use your time. Just keep writing as much, if writing is what you do. Just keep doing as much of whatever it is that you do. Keep seeing as much as you can, both stuff that is on record and stuff that is new and in front of you. And I think, those are the best uses of your time. Engaging with other reviews, reading as much as you can. I think it's a boring, researchy answer, but that's the one I got. I just saw The Outsiders today. Loved it. Brody Grant was phenomenal. I can't believe how physical that show is. He was giving everything, and it was his 8th show of the week. Yeah. It's very. They go. They're very. What's the word I was looking for?
The Rumble's full out.
Committed. Oh yeah, that's such a good sequence. I was talking about the stage show as you were talking about dancing shows. Okay. Do you think? I remember Contact the stage show. I promise you I will remember the context. It just takes me a minute. Do you think Just for One Day would extend? I don't know. Depends what else is planned for the Shaftesbury. Thank you, Lyra.
Thank you.
For the $1.99. That's very kind of you. Hey, everyone. I'm being the unofficial moderator here, just making sure everyone knows they'll read your comments. Just be a little patient. Very kind of you. Will you be blogging the 24-hour musical? I will. I will have a camera in hand and 0 hours sleep. Which Disney ship is behind you both?
That is the dream.
That's the Disney dream.
And maybe we get to add another one soon.
Maybe we do. I didn't get to see as many shows as I would have liked in NY this summer, but I did see Mincemeat, Pirates, and Heathers, which were all great. That's a fun trip. That's a fun summer
That's a really
trip.
fun trip.
Good evening, guys. I just found your channel and I love it. Greetings from Rome, Italy.
Hi.
Wow. I would love to visit Rome. I think I've been before. I may have gone on a school's trip.
I've never been to Italy.
I definitely went to Italy on a school's trip. I went to Lake Garda, but it was one of those where they drove us around to different places. We went to where the Juliet balcony is, which presumably is in Verona.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mickey is scared of cats. That's precious. Only the ones that aren't humans. Cincinnati is getting another musical about the hippos at the zoo for Christmas this year. I want to go see the Christmas Hippo Zoo musical. Oh,
sorry.
That's the most tempted I've been to get on a flight this entire chat. Like, I'm intrigued by the Utah Flowers for Mrs. Harris, but the Cincinnati Zoo Hippo musical, that just really got me. When are you guys back to New York, and do you do meetups? We sometimes do meetups.
Sometimes do meetups, yeah.
Occasionally. If I do, it'll be announced on Instagram. We were going to do one in Chicago, and then we didn't want to interfere with the big No Kings protest march that was happening. That was really important. But before the end of this year, we'll be back in New York once more, I think, in 2025. I want to hear your thoughts on Little Dancer. I enjoyed the material an awful lot. It's still developing, so you won't hear a full review from me, but I'm really intrigued about its future. Heard rumors of West Side Story at the National, directed by Marianne Elliott. Hope this comes true. I mean, that would be something. I've been debating if I should go to Flea or not. My heart wants to. I think that said my bank account doesn't. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling up. We'll get there eventually. No, down. That's what I think, saying I was scared of cats. There. I always want to go back to Broadway Flea Market, but my bank account doesn't want me to either. And so whenever I can find a reason that prevents me from going, I'm like, for the best. Probably for the best. And we can't go this year. Who has the London rights to Kiss of the Spider Woman? Jamie Lloyd? I don't think it's Jamie Lloyd. I believe I read something the other day, unsubstantiated, that there is a producer.
The tour's happening.
Yes.
A smaller production.
There is a regional UK production, but it's clear that someone is holding the London rights. And I read the name of a producer who it was the other day, who is an American producer. And allegedly it was that it was being held for Ariana DeBose. Unsubstantiated, I don't know how much truth there is in that, but that's what I read. It is literally my dream to see West Side Story at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. I would genuinely die happy. I mean, as night is falling.
Yeah, it would be beautiful.
The Met Opera is doing Porgy and Bess in December and January. I know a lot of the music from Porgy and Bess. That would be a great one to go and see. You guys need to visit the Morgan Library when you're next in NYC. Prep for ragtime. Very true, very true. You could do a pretty good tour of like ragtime relevant places. I know you thought it was funny I was afraid of cats. I'm not really. Cats unnerve me. I am terrified of magicians who sometimes use cats. So it all comes together. But someone's just recommended Jamie Allen's A Maze. Was a great magic show. Do recommend. Take that recommendation, everyone watching. I won't, because I'm scared of magicians. That's just me. That's just my thing. Do you think there's even a theatre for The Great Gatsby? Not currently. Happy early birthday. Thank you. That's very kind of you. That's really very generous of you. Thank you. My birthday is in September. You're all going to hear about it. I'm not going to... There will be no accidentally missing my birthday. Don't worry. I will create a fanfare. I get very obnoxious in my birthday month, and I'm turning 30. So, did you see Mythic when it was in London? Paige and Aaron James. That's coming to Cincinnati this season.
I really enjoyed it.
Tell the people about Mythic.
It's like the prequel to Hades Town. It's very Persephone Hades when they're like teenagers, but it's fun. It's poppy. It was very like camp and fun. If you like Hades Town, it's fun because it covers some of it covers Hades and Persephone's earlier time and their relationship to like their family members.
How much longer do you think Operation Mincemeat has in London and New York? London, long time, years and years. Small theatre, selling out, doing very well. New York still seems to be doing well. They've done well off this season, but so many seasons recently have been full of shows that don't make the next year's Tonys. So, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Planning on seeing American Psycho in Houston next month. Apparently, this 2-week run is going to be a preview tryout of sorts for the updated material to be seen in the London revival. Well, you'll have to let us know what it's like. Any plans to see Every Brilliant Thing at Soho Place?
Yes.
And if so, with which star? We are seeing it with Johnny Donahue, is the plan. Although I would also love to go and see it with Minnie Driver. I think that would be really interesting.
That's who I actually really wanted to see.
Yeah. Here We Are and Teeth deserved so much more. Have you seen the touring cast of Les Mis? Touring where? Touring the US? No.
Yeah.
Seeing Inter Alia on Saturday based on your recommendation. Got rush tickets, thankfully. I hope you enjoy. That's a hot ticket to nab, so well done to you. Tag team.
Oh, I was just going to go for...
No, I need your help.
Wondering if Damn Yankees at Arena Stage will transfer to Broadway. It's a tryout. It's very specifically a tryout. I saw a great local production of Spamalot last week and would love for it to come back with Andy Nyman as Arthur.
Oh,
fun.
Who would you have as the Lady of the Lake? Ali Daniel.
Oh, yeah, Icon, yes.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, she would be fab.
Do you think Evita could not come to Broadway because of the ALW versus... I think it still will.
Yeah, there are so many producers involved that it's not just like two people.
Danny Minogue was in the Hunchback musical years ago. I need you to explain.
There was a different one. It was Notre Dame de Paris.
I desperately need you to explain.
Mickey. I might explain, but it's going to be...
We'll get there. We'll get there into time, powering through. Ogunquit Playhouse this month has High Society with Robin Hood and Max Clayton and Andrew Durand, which looks awesome.
It's been a really good thing to see like two stars there who had their shows this season close early, jump into a production together so quickly.
Who wouldn't have been able to do that?
Yeah, if that hadn't happened.
Was still running, Dead Out was still running. So silver linings.
We just saw that Jasmine Amy Rogers has an announcement tomorrow, so that's already exciting as well. But like even with Beat closing, she's got something new to go to.
Yeah. What do you think Corbin Bleu should do next after Gatsby London? Have loved watching his musical theatre career growing the last few seasons.
He's been developing the new musical.
Oh, he has?
Yeah. So probably that, because I feel like that's been waiting for him to be through.
Yeah. Clueless, sadly, is closing at the end of this month. And Burlesque is currently limited through September. Avia got accepted on the BML course. That's amazing! Congratulations! I'm allergic to good news. Apologies for all the coughing, everybody. We will hang around for another 10 minutes, and in those 10 minutes, we will make it to the end of the comments. Give me control of the mouse. Give it to me. I'm very interested in seeing these two Death of a Salesman productions, the Rebecca Fracknell National Theatre production and the Joe Mantello Scott Rudin produced production starring Nathan Lane. That has yet to be officially announced.
I'm excited to see what Rebecca Fracknell doing that play will be like.
Yeah, and she, thus far, to my knowledge, has yet to throw a stapler at anyone's head, and I remain indifferent to Scott Rudin once again producing on Broadway with insufficient remorse. So I feel good about one of those productions. People are so ridiculous they didn't make Jesus into a woman. The role was played by a woman. Yeah. As we have discussed.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen. That's very kind of you. Happy belated 30th to Aeron. Mickey, I love the Fringe Vlogs. I'm so glad people enjoyed the Fringe Vlogs this year. It took a lot out of me making them at the Fringe, but I'm really pleased with the way that I was able to cover it this year. And I felt like I don't always feel like I get to bring the Edinburgh Fringe to YouTube because I post all the reviews in different places. And so it was nice just doing a takeover week where I was like, I'm at the Fringe this week, so you're going to be at the Fringe with me this week. I liked that. Carry on.
I thought I would say this, but I would love for Jamie Lloyd to do a revival of Philip Ridley's Mercury Fair, as he's already done the immersive Pitchfork Disney in Shoreditch Town Hall in 2017.
I was just listening to Joe Weinberg talking about that production the other day. But I don't know Philip Ridley's Mercury Fair at all. Ellie says we're both Helen. You don't get to be Madeline, Ellie. That's not how it works. Mickey is Meryl, Aeron is Goldie. Sean is Ernest. We're not fighting over Sean.
No.
That's not the dynamic here. I know people occasionally get confused and think we're a throuple.
Sean's thingy.
You're saying Sean's Stefan.
Only because Sean's so funny. Like, it's just the reactions when he leaves and stuff. It's just reminds me of Sean.
Do you think there's a world where we get a musicals-based theme park ride? There already is. There is a Phantom of the Opera VR roller coaster in Germany. Is it in Germany? Is it in the Netherlands? Europa Park.
Germany, I think.
Germany. Jenna Russell needs to do all the Sondheim roles. She very nearly has.
Yeah, she's done quite a few.
She was a lovely baker's wife in Into the Woods. I don't think she'd ever be a witch in Into the Woods. She's a baker's wife. You're either a baker's wife or you're a witch. That depends on who can deliver Wabbit season. The cameras. Wabbit season. Who are you hearing will star in Into the Woods? The same names that are echoing around the internet. But I don't know that everything is yet locked in time and space. Oh, Ellie will be Viola. Ellie's just deciding who she wants to be. Ellie's casting the world. You'll have to say that was rude lines so we can judge. I can do a Jen Simard impression, but probably not right now while I'm coughing my lungs up. But that was rare. It's somewhere between Roger from American Dad and Joan Cusack. Is where you find the gender, and a bit of Coolidge mixed in there as well.
When do you think we will get any casting news on it afterwards?
I think early September.
Yeah. It won't be too far away because it's not that long until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of love for Laura Pitt-Pulford. She is amazing. Putting shows on Broadway is expensive, let alone the cabaret renovations. Yeah. Is Phil Longaroof looking to come to New York? See, there were rumours at one point about it, but then we've had nothing since. So I think take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. Does anyone think they could conceive a child and give birth by the time Mickey gets to your question? Rude. Hey guys, I'm doing a 2-show day in London in a few weeks. I'm seeing the Oliver matinee, and I either want to see Hercules or Burlesque. I want to see them both equally, but don't know which one to pick. I guess Hercules is going to be around for longer. So you could do Oliver and Burlesque. What a combination. What's the connection? What's the link? We've got to find one. Oliver to Burlesque. What ties them together? Parental reunion.
It's not really a parental reunion, though.
Which one? Well, they'll find out. Aeron is Helen, MJ is Madeline. 2 people have said that now.
Oh.
You may not like the answer, but it's what the people say.
I mean, I seem to be the biggest viral trending. I'm a person of the people.
Avia, even if I didn't give you permission to chase me down the street, it's still going to happen. We both know it. Discuss Jane Krakowski, please. Always. Love Jane Krakowski.
Love.
Wish she'd do Death Becomes Her, but I feel like she's too big to replace on Broadway.
It's also who would she be against?
Yeah. Which sitcom would make a good stage musical? Controversially, none of them. I'm of the opinion TV very rarely gets turned into musical theatre well, especially narrative TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do. There's too much plot. Or with a sitcom, there's no plot. For me, Sufs was definitely worth it, even with some logistical issues that gave me a painful hour for the next week. Well, there you go. If you're still listening, that's another endorsement for leaving the house to go see Sufs. The Sam Mendes cabaret was no less immersive than the current production. Agree or disagree? Disagree. This one has a pre-show. You enter via the stage door. There's a whole, just logistically and factually, there is far more about this one that is immersive.
Helios is I'm intrigued and excited about because we've never seen it. It's one of the ones we haven't seen. But it's cool to see that it's happening.
Yeah. Mal says, are you two engaged? Yes. Any sign of the wedding? You're both dressed in white right now. You got us. We got married in immersive Greece. Spoiler alert. No. Maybe within the near future, I might make a video talking about early wedding planning. Maybe it's not too long now. Until we start planning it, that is, not until it actually happens. Practically every city in the US has at least one Christmas Carol production every year. Then I feel the same way about it happening in the US, honestly. Wedding at the Palladium. I don't think we could fill the Palladium. There are too many Christmas Carol productions. I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh, played Little Fan. Lots of Utah people.
Christmas Carol is a cautionary tale about how a successful businessman lost his way after a bad trip. I'd love to see Giles Terrera as the MC.
Fun.
Oh,
That's fun.
That's very fun. Who did I say the other day? Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo MC would be really great. Oh, we're here. We're only here. But that was not that far a scroll. Did you watch the Live Aid at 40 program? Makes you realize that just for one day is incredible. And
saw a little bit of it.
Yeah. We are seeing 51st Dates. So that's next month.
Excited.
Will Chase and Ingrid Michaelson as Sally and the MC.
Oh, interesting.
I'm sure that's what I was about to say. I'm sure that's what their home life looks like. It's definitely not. Wedding at the Palladium is a great idea. I did not say this. Mickey Joe can throw his bouquet from the balcony. We could appear on the balcony like it's a royal wedding.
No, vetoed.
Absolutely. I miss Swept Away. I don't. Hot take. Cold take. Cold like the ocean.
Not LA live stream from wedding from the balcony.
Yeah.
And the Palace Theatre, you can actually see them.
Did you see Linus and Joseph's wedding outfits?
Yeah.
They're very stylish.
They were very cool.
Yeah, this is a couple who got married at the Edinburgh Fringe. Do you two have proper working visas when you visit Broadway? I don't want no trouble for you guys. I don't get paid by anything in New York in such a way that would be an issue. I also, when I review shows, I do that here. So it's a bit of a grey area, but not really. There's not really a great deal of dubiousness to it, as I understand it anyway, having looked into it. If I had to bring two previous cast members from Cabaret back, it would be Mason and Self-Esteem together. I'd like to see Mason and Cara Delevingne do it together.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I've seen Legally Blonde the musical and Billy Elliot multiple times on Broadway in the double digits. How I wish I could have seen Legally Blonde on Broadway in the double digits. What a life you have led. Good for you. Do you think Jack Wolf will be able to join the West End transfer of Unlikely Pilgrimage? I think he's still going to be an 80s.
Yeah. I don't know currently. It's difficult to know.
West End is better than Broadway in terms of quality and variety, the only important things. Interesting. I'd have to think about that. I don't know.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie. That's very kind. If you've got any more questions, please do let us know. We are going to get through the last few. Do not worry. Frafi is the all-time best MC. I think the role is not to step on your blueberries, but I think the role is too open to interpretation to call any one individual the best. I think it's not a 100-meter sprint, and there's no clear way of defining like that's the best one. Resonated with you the most strongly? Yes, I keep telling everyone how to form opinions this week, and some people don't like that I'm telling people how to say things, but I think a lot of the language that we use is too rooted in this competitive idea of like better than, worse than, not worthy of replacing, was actually better, should have replaced, should have opened with this person, they should have got the Tony, all that stuff I think is needlessly competitive. And when we get to a more personal interpretation of it, then I think that comes from a better place. Heard the Notebook was rumoured for the Shaftesbury next year. I think you may have heard that from me, but I don't think it's true anymore. Apologies. Bull Durham at Paper Mill will transfer to Broadway, probably. I can't remember what that is.
Oh, that's the one with Colin Cusack.
Oh, yes. Yes. Morgan Library does collab exhibits with Broadway sometimes. They did one with Six a while back. Oh. How do you display your programs? They're over there, mostly disorganized on a very busy, very overfilled shelf. We need a new shelf. Doesn't like cats and scared of magicians. What about Mr. Mistopheles? You're going to find this very confusing given the evidence I've presented to you, but Mr. Mistopheles was my legitimate first crush. So I don't know how I arrived at this point where cats unnerve me and I'm scared of magicians, but Mr. Mistopheles, somehow in the middle of that Venn diagram of fear comes attraction.
I hope you have a great time at the bridge, Eva.
Mickey J, we have two cats. One is sweet and adorable. The other is Greta Garbo, drama queen who wants to be alone. And if that's not relatable, there you go. Aeron, how do you love your Manhattan/Brooklyn restaurants?
They're really good for gluten-free. They're really good for gluten-free.
There's a new place in Brooklyn that we wanted to try that you found. There's
a lot that keep appearing, and New York are very ahead on things. So it's very rare that we go somewhere and I have real trouble. So, very good.
Yeah. Do you think a revival of Rent is likely next year? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. George the Cat, thank you. That gift is incredibly kind. For drinks or money towards an air conditioner, sympathetic because I live in Vegas. Now I have to buy an air conditioning unit because that's incredibly kind of you. Thank you for the happy birthday gift and message. I will get the air conditioner. Are they quiet air conditioning units?
We'll find it.
We'll find out. We'll shop
we
around.
know how loud air conditioning units are from Ashley's.
I know. I'm just trying to think because I'd have to then turn it off while I'm filming reviews. So anyway, Ali Daniel as Lady of the Lake needs to happen. Right? She'd be so good. Oh, that just came to me instantly, and I was like, perfect.
Real diva energy would be so good.
The facial expressions, the
and
vocals.
The comedy. Yes.
She'd be so good.
Yeah.
She'd be great. Thanks, Aeron, for confirming Damianki's tryout. I will see it in October at Arena Stage. Is there a time for the transfer? That was just that we don't know with certainty.
We don't know with certainty that I'll get somewhere, but that's what it's for. It's for the reason it's existing is as a tryout.
How I would love to see a good show in the Trafalgar Theatre next. Well, how you may get the chance. Do we think Florence Gatsby is going to happen in London soon? It's being workshopped. It's entirely possible. I think Robin and Max were in Chicago together before Robin was in Smash this season. Yes, I believe so. I have a friend who is an understudy in Gypsy on Broadway that closes today. What is an innovative, up-and-coming show he should audition for next? I think the way audition seasons work is that people kind of take as many opportunities as they can get. And usually the stuff that's auditioning hasn't necessarily been made public yet. So there's going to be a lot of projects that we don't know about yet. Bull Durham was written by one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Susan Werner. If you're in New York when it's running, I hope you get to see it. I hope we do too. Karis Anderson or Georgina Honorer as the lady. Georgina Honorer. Georgina Honorer as everything. That's a Sally Bowles I'd like to hear.
Yes. Yeah.
That just came to me in a vision. What do you think about Reeve Carney being the MC in Cabaret? I have no idea. I have no idea what it's going to be. And I'm intrigued to find out.
Thank you for being here, Landa.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping us company. Still loved your Fringe coverage. Felt as if we were there in every sense. I'm glad. Especially, and it's nice to hear all these Fringe comments. It's really nice because by day 3 or day 4 of waking up and being like, here's my donut, off to a show. Now I'm going here. Didn't get much sleep. Running to the next one, I started to be like, is anyone going to enjoy this? Are these too samey? And that's what I wanted to do, is to bring the sense of what it's like to be there and encourage more people to visit the Fringe. I can't make accommodation cheaper. I apologize for that, but Oasis won't be there every year, so it won't always be quite so difficult. You made us really want to see She's Behind You. It's such a good show. It's such a good play. I was on vacation during the week of Fringe, and it was such a fan experience to watch every day as they came out as part of my own time away. That's really nice. I'm sorry they didn't come out at more consistent times. I was doing my best. This is left field, but if the cast for The National Death of the Salesman is going to be all Irish, Ardal O'Hanlon as Willie Loman. Would Aeron... I've forgotten his name. Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Or indeed... or the other one from Game of Thrones, who was also Irish. Oh, I've just tapped into a whole world of Irish Game of Thrones actors who would be good as Willie Loman. I saw him in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. It's not coming to me.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it's very nearly 2 a.m. They're trying to wrap it up. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Any plans to see Hamilton with Leslie Odom Jr.? If we can get tickets, I would not say no. What is Lido doing this year? A French language musical with music by Michel Legrand.
Demoiselle de Roquefort.
Les Demoiselles. No, a French musical. Hamilton ticket prices went up since Leslie came back in.
Yeah.
Not a big surprise. Mickey is Helen and Aeron is Madeline. There you go. Points in the other direction. Who was your favorite Mother Superior in Sister Act? You saw Sheila Hancock.
I did. She was very good.
The connecting between Oliver and Burlesque is Busty Broad's belting. There you go. Orphans is another one, or not, as the case may be. How's Ohio going to the UK? It was announced. Everything's gone quiet.
Yeah.
I think it may have slipped onto the back burner, sadly. What do you feel about Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, though? Perfect. No notes. Yeah. Excellent. I fell in love with Jane Krakowski twice in the original Broadway cast of Grand Hotel. You saw it twice. She and Michael Jeter. That's one of my If I Had a Time Machine shows. Very jealous that you got to see that. Maddie asks, and thank you for the very generous tip, do you find it a better experience to go into a musical blind or learn every word of every song? They can both be good experiences. I've loved discovering things and being surprised by shows, and I've loved going back and knowing the material really well. So both. If it's something complex, I think it's sometimes better to have some level of familiarity. Like, I think almost everyone I know preferred Hamilton when they already knew the music. Scrolling down, we can get there. Aeron is falling asleep next to me, but we're going to make it. I do not want to leave any of your questions unanswered. If you could give any recently closed West End shows an extra 6 months in the West End, which show would you choose? Oh, that's tricky. Your Lie in April never really got to find its feet last summer.
Let me think.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that only closed because of like theatre, like because they had to.
Yeah, I can think of ones, but not recently.
Yeah. Good question, though. Very good question. My friends and I were lucky enough to see all 3 Jesus Christ Superstar performances, but I have to admit, I thought the last 2 were a better experience knowing what to expect. You saw all 3. Wow. Dedication. I want to Ike Marriage of Figaro as he's never done a comedy or a King Lear with Angus Writer's Lear. Interesting. Interesting choices. I like the way your brain thinks. ETA for Broadway transfer of Damn Yankees. This season, next season, review dependent. I dare say review dependent, and probably not this season. If I was Damn Yankees, I wouldn't come in this season. Too many revivals. Chess and Cats and Ragtime and Rocky Horror already. Nope. Oh, the Les Mis touring cast, as in the stadium.
Oh, we haven't seen the stadium.
No, haven't seen it.
And I have done the concert version. So that whole version completely lost for me.
I also want to Ike Antigone, but when I asked him about it, he said, don't hold your breath. Did he give you any clues when you asked him, though? That's curious. I don't care for cats either. I am afraid of them. They can be intimidating creatures. Little had AC last summer, and this summer same price for 7K. Oh, I thought that was the price. For 7K British thermal units, 150. My uncle got this one and can vouch his stone bungalow in Scotland room went from 29 to 18. Oh, how I miss 18. Oh, how I miss it. Not the age. I am currently 29, but that's degrees. We're talking about degrees Celsius. Americans, that sounds Arctic to you, but you're just going to have to trust me. Brian, the Broadway analyst, seems like he is on a break. I don't believe so. Brian, the business analyst, never takes a break. Are you happy about about Elf the musical or Christmas season there? A big part of me doesn't feel like it's Christmas until we go see Elf.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah, I'm happy. It's always. I've cried before at Elf. I'll admit that. I'm a bit worried about going to Fringe as someone with anxiety. You make it look really overwhelming, and that's what I don't want to do because it doesn't. You don't have to do it in the way I do it.
Yeah.
I try and see as much as possible. I try and review as much as possible. I'm running across. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be incredibly relaxed.
It's as much or as little as you want to make of it.
Yeah. And knowing your theatrical tastes, you would love the Traverse Theatre, but you would really love Summer Hall. And so you could go to the Fringe and just spend a day seeing shows at Summer Hall and leaving an hour gap in between each one, going and sitting out in the little garden area they have behind.
It's very easy to make it kind of work for you.
Yeah, it can be as intense or as relaxing as you want it to be. You don't have to do it the way I do it.
No.
And there's theatre there for everyone. How long does it take to bring a new musical to Broadway or West End?
A long time.
A really long time. Years.
Yeah.
Years. 5+ years. I mean, when was Two Strangers pitched at Beam as the season? What year was that? That'll tell you. It was originally a show called The Season. It was pitched at Beam, which is a new musical theatre pitching day that I made a video about on here recently, that we just had one a couple of months ago. Then it had a regional production at Royal and Derngate.
And for New Wolsey.
Yes. And then
it's their co-production.
A London version at the Kiln, transferred to the West End, regionally in the US, now going to Broadway. Years. Probably more than 5, less than 10, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Fringe is not that bad. If you don't do the crazy schedule, Mickey did. Correct, everybody. Do what I say, not what I do. If you could only revisit one show this year, what would it be? Oh. I'm sad I can't see Dead Outlaw again. And I know I haven't reviewed it yet. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's up there. I have tickets to Ragtime and I can't wait to see it. How exciting. It will be interesting to see how it's done. I'm interested to see the design. Before you both feel good about yourselves for catching up, just know we're taking pity on you and quieting down. I know, but how else were we ever going to get there? Are you seeing any off-Broadway musicals next visit? Heathers, I imagine we'll try and see.
Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee.
Don't know. It's weird. It's been
Depends what
doing
else
shows like Titanic.
is happening. Yeah.
We're not going to be over when Biggest Wife.
Ethan, thank you. That's very kind. Any update on Once Upon a One More Time in the UK? I don't think it's going to happen. When something...
It could happen. It'll happen. It'll probably be one of those musicals that happens like in a decade, and it'll be a new production and stuff, and it'll be done by a regional theatre.
Or like at a drama school, it might happen. But when something flops sadly in a little bit of a blaze of glory, it's not... It
often means reworking.
It takes bold producers to pick it up and be like, let's throw it at that wall and see if it looks any different. Aidan Gillen is the actor from Game of Thrones. He's the first one I was thinking of, but then Conleth Hill was the other one I was thinking of. Conleth Hill, Willie Loman, don't you think that would be great?
That would be fun.
Back on the cabaret thing, Jonathan Bailey MC. He's too big to replace at least right now. Give it a few years. But Jonathan Bailey, musical theatre again. Yes, please. Thank you so much. If Bull Durham and Damn Yankees both get to Broadway next season, that would be 2 baseball musicals at once. We've been inundated with Broadway baseball musicals because Smash had a baseball number. Ragtime has a baseball number.
Oh, that's good.
Do you know anything about Darren and Chris potentially going back into maybe happy ending after Andrew Barth Feldman? I've heard it.
Yeah.
It's a rumor everyone has been hearing, but I heard it very early on. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And we have to remember in his Tony speech, he credited his wife for taking care of their 2 young kids. And the biggest
Parenting
factor,
in theatre is very hard.
the biggest factor, whenever I speak to actors about like, would you want to go back and do this show on Broadway? Would you want to go do this? If they're parents, that is always the first thing they talk about. And they always say, well, I have the kids. These are the kids. And so I think having done a long time in the show, he is taking some of the strain off of his wife and taking time. It's what, a 9-week stint that Andrew's doing. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he's going back into it. And Darren also shoulders some of the responsibility for the show because he's also a producer. So he wants the show to do well. And he knows that it grosses better when he's in the show. So it'll be interesting to see how the grosses go over the next few months for a whole host of reasons. Have you ever thought about doing a video or TikTok on actors going on for emergency covers? As someone who's had to do it before, it's hard, and I feel John Stamos was disrespected online a bit. I spoke about this topic with another example a few years ago, but always worth remembering again. Yes. Cats hasn't been confirmed.
Very recently. It was confirmed.
Andrew confirmed it, so it's as good as. And I know the theatre it's going to, so yeah. That was childish of me. I apologize. Ari, Jesus Christ Superstar. I thought you were local. Oh, you're from the East Coast and gave yourselves the permission to see all 3 given the long flight. I mean, why not? Our friends went to Amsterdam recently and saw Hadestown twice.
Yeah.
Why not? If you're traveling all the way there, why just see it once? I'm about to see Little Shop of Horrors for the first time. Should I familiarize myself? Oh, no. No, you can go in blind to Little Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy it, though. Have a great time. Is that the New York off-Broadway one? Nicole Scherzinger would be a good Satine. I think there's a story there. I think they tried to get her to do it back in the day, like originally. Yeah. She would have been great. She'd have been a really great Satine. I think they always cast Satine too young these days. And they spend the whole show being like, clearly you can't trade on your looks forever, as they have these gorgeous young women in their 20s. She's like, I can't keep singing and dancing for the rest of my life. And I'm like, I know, but you've got a good 15 years. Yeah, we don't have to panic about it right now. But also the Duke's too hot half the time. Like, this is what friends of ours have said. And they're like, honestly, just marry him because he's rich and hot and you're clearly not well. So anyway, please don't forget the Dead Outlaw review. I promise I haven't forgotten it. It just, when I see something that's still running in the UK, there is an expectation that I post that review as soon as possible. So it just keeps getting pushed back. But it's a quiet month. The Dead Outlaw review, I promise it will happen. I don't think Merrily will be brought over to the UK. We had that production here. It was filmed here.
Yeah.
Then they did it there. They filmed it there. I think they've done as much as they're going to do with it, sadly. But don't forget we have the film adaptation to look forward to. Scott Rudin has shown remorse, and to a certain extent. I wouldn't not see a great play because of him. He's producing new plays and getting great playwrights' work produced. Lots of people are getting great playwrights' work produced, and they're not throwing things at people in the process. You don't have to draw blood from the employees working for you to get great work produced on Broadway, and that is the work that I'm going to go and see. Also, I do want to know it's our ongoing Robert Icke conversation. Yeah, see, I want the Antigone within the Oedipus universe. I understand why you asked for it now. Yes. I think we're pretty much there. I think, yes, the Dukes have been hot. Victoria, one of my favorite comments of the entire live stream, just out of context. The Dukes have been hot. It's like a weather forecast for Broadway. The Dukes have been hot. On that note, as my voice escapes me, if my Brigadoon review has me sounding like this, you know why. Thank you for joining us for nearly 3 hours this evening. We're going to go get some sleep and then continue to have another stagey day tomorrow, as we always do. And I hope you do the same. I hope you've had a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely day tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely week. I hope you enjoy the month of August, aka Aeron James's birthday month, leading into the month of September, aka my birthday month. 2 of the happiest months of the year. I joke, but thank you for joining us. If you have any other questions, comment this once it becomes a finished video, and I'll do my best to answer them. And also, got a quiet couple of weeks for video content, so let me know if anyone else has any other videos that you would like to see, and I will do my best to try and make them. Is it 222? It's 222. Like the ghost story. How spooky. On that note, goodbye, everybody. I hope that everyone is staying safe and you have a stagey day. Bye-bye.